Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, not boys and girls. It's Saturday. Just ladies and gentlemen. You see at the bottom, it's four rows of small batch. It's the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. Bold Drunks Edition 2. See the smooth transition, just got to ease into it sometimes. Mr. KC from the 813. We got Tomo with us. You know what to do with the beard. Mr. KC, what's going on, man?
Oh, we're having a great bold drunk Saturday here, enjoying a little Four Roses small batch edition
And
for our weekly
we gotta
episode.
make one pause. Y'all see the next edition, Tree Limb here. We're talking boxing. We're talking Four Roses small batch.
What's
Welcome,
going
my man.
on?
Rio.
What's going on, my boy?
How's it going?
Hey, man, I can't call it, man. Another day.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
Big day.
We're
Good day
just,
at that.
we're just getting started in our whiskey review. Today's episode is brought to you by BetMGM Sports. The description's in the link. Make sure you click it if you want to place a few dollar bets on a few activities that we will be
Within your area.
discussing here momentarily. But first, we will be doing our whiskey review, and we have a special episode today of Four Roses Small Batch.
Mm.
It is a personal favorite of mine, and we are excited to have a little taste test.
We're gonna see, folks, because if you don't spend on the price your side, I'm gonna review it right now and let you know whether you should. Just a little taste. Little taste.
Just a little taste for you.
Just
Body.
to start off, and we'll have some full taste because it been paid for. Of course, it's tasty.
Honestly, like a little bit more than it takes to me, but
Oh
hey,
well,
Mm.
well you know
No,
we
this
got to throw
is
it all
just
down.
a small sample of
Until
got a
we
full
whiskey.
glass.
it's just a sample.
Yeah, it takes
Until then,
you got to really develop the flavor profile with a full glass.
you got to sniff it, get the body. What they say, there's the body. Is you got to
Yeah, the
check the
body.
legs.
Check the little color. We got a nice little color out here. Nice little, you can almost see, see through it. A little nice purity.
Yeah.
Get a little. I think it smells pretty decent for some liquor.
Well, let's go ahead and get it to the
We're gonna
taste.
get
buds,
indulged.
ladies and gentlemen. Four rows out,
Indulge.
small batch. If you're in the Midwest, it's about $35. Further
Yeah,
to the
we
East
get it
Coast,
just about. We're right. Getting real close to that $30 mark with taxes down here in Florida.
Not bad.
that thing ain't bad.
It's not
It's
bad.
got some punch on it.
Definitely got a little bit of kick to it.
Ooh.
It's not bad at all, though.
Yeah, it is a 90 proof liquor, so this is going to be a little bit stronger than your grandma's Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to take it easy. I'm gonna be up for this fight.
This is Grandpa's special cough syrup, right?
Yeah, this might make you take a nice little nappy poo
Oh, nah.
before the fight, but
I'm gonna be
you
out
know.
like whoever's gonna get knocked out tonight.
Oh, you're gonna have a nice Crawford impression here shortly, huh?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, you know,
We'll see about that.
I do them oh so well. Those knockout impressions, I do them oh so well.
We'll see about that.
Ooh.
We got a lot of fights happening tonight. Boxing, even in the UFC side, BMF titles on the line, big names fighting. And we're going to catch everything. I'm going to do it in my best ability to give you live reactions. It depends on how far these four roses take me. Now, if I can unlock the fifth rose and be up, we're going to see. But we got a lot of things happening tonight. My brother Uriel, what you think about the fight coming on tonight? Let's just dive into it. Let's talk about it. Uh-oh.
My life, our life.
Your audio's cutting.
Hold on.
Yeah, we get a little funky in on my end too, I think.
Okay, so while we do that, we'll get that straightened. We'll jump to Tomo's real quick. Tomo, what
Yes,
you
sir.
think about the fight?
I think it's gonna be a great fight. Honestly, I mean, it's what we've been waiting for real. Somebody's gonna, have a tarnish on their record. It's not gonna really be tarnished, but somebody's gonna, unfortunately take that.
Kind of.
Huh?
Yeah. It kind of is going to tarnish somebody's record
It,
right
it
here, ain't
is.
it?
It is
Just a little
essentially.
bit.
It is essentially. It is essentially. But you know, but I mean that's a part of
Well, let's take a moment to dive in on this tarnish situation. Well, I mean, tarnish. Is it really tarnish to lose to a goat? I mean, this is like how we used to say
Mm.
back in the hood. Like if you walking around and somebody else got on some J's, you got on some J's, y'all kind of bumping each other. That's J on J contact. It's it's null and void. If you lose to a dude who's arguably the greatest except for you, I don't know if that's tarnishment. That just starts a series in my mind.
J on J contract.
What do you think, Uriel? What do you think about the analogy and what I'm saying?
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I
Yep.
heard that.
All right, okay, cool. I think this is the biggest fight of our lifetime. Like, I don't think,
Mm.
the any year that was like, oh, that was way past. You know, I think this is like maybe a couple years too late, but still right on time. If that makes sense.
No, because it
Uh,
reminds me of the Manny Pacquiao Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather that should have happened 10 years before it
right,
did.
right.
and I don't necessarily think it tarnishes one's like record or legacy either way. Like, yeah, I mean, they won't have an O, but it's like, I mean, if you had to get an O, I mean,
Who would it?
Right.
I'd rather lose to a guy who's arguably the greatest beyond me than
I
to just
mean,
lost to some bum on the
well,
way.
we both. I mean, could we all agree that these two are probably number one and two top pound for pound, like right now?
I say
Oh, yeah.
one A and one B. Like they're literally the same playing field for me.
Yeah,
So it's like
Yeah.
whoever loses, you're still there. It's like
and
And
I
if
yeah.
you
like,
go,
I think true hardcore boxing fans, like not casuals, but I think true hardcore boxing fans feel like we will win regardless whichever fighter wins this fight. Like, you might be picking a fighter in this fight, but it's like you kind of
The
wouldn't be
people
upset
win.
if the other fighter won. Like, I wouldn't be upset either way. Like both guys, I would feel like
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we
if
lost
the
you
other
for a
guy
moment.
won,
We
I would
lost you
definitely.
for a moment. Go back for a second, Uriel. We lost you for a moment.
Y'all got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No, I was saying, like, I feel like one of these guys is somebody's got to lose, right? The other guy got to win. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't really hurt. I think, I honestly think a draw is the best thing that can happen for either both fighters and for boxing. Like, both fighters personally might not like it, but I think when they look at the rematch and how much money and how much bigger of a fight that would be if this was a draw, then they probably be like,
Yeah.
all right, I can live with that.
yeah.
Mr.
And I,
KC,
I think
what
this
do you want
should
to
be
say?
a trilogy.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Well,
think it's the start of a
real
series.
quick, please remember this is brought to you by BetMGM Sports. This is a sponsored podcast. And make sure you click the link in the description to join your fights and place your bets on these sporting events. But I think Uriel has hit it perfectly. That's one of the things you've got to really appreciate about these boxers is they're not really dodging this boxing match for as long as you've seen like a Manny Pacquiao and Money Fight. You know, this is they're not afraid, and I think we're going to see a trilogy no matter what. Personally,
I don't know what you think about that.
I think
I
the only
think
way we don't see the, I'm sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. You good. You good, bro. You good.
I think the only way we don't see a trilogy is if it's a wash. Like, if one
mm-hmm.
guy loses, like, and it's just like not even close. Like, I don't really see the, unless it's Terrence, because I feel like his pride is a little bit like he's like, nah, I'm not going. But like I feel like I just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, like if it's a wash, like if Spence goes out there and completely like just brutalizes beat Bud to like I don't see him wanting to do that again.
Hmm.
Now if it's
Well,
like a real close fight, then I can see both guys like, nah, I don't feel like I lost back. I can
oh yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you because you see that with the like the Tyson Fury and Wilder. You know, Wilder still feels like he's right there with it, and I mean, in all reality, he really is. It's the closest, toughest fight for Tyson Fury,
There's too
and
many opinions on that fight because I'm sure Tyson Fury greased some palms into that win,
well, it is
especially what
boxing,
it
so
had in the gloves with
you
the
know it is boxing, so
with
you
the
can
brick
never.
in the front. I ain't never seen a dude smack a dude to
With
death.
like this, though, like
Like it
this.
ain't never been.
But hey, I'm not a boxer.
Hey, I've seen some people get smacked the fuck out, smacked out
Oh,
now.
it's the difference
You know what I mean?
between the Stockton slap, which is more
Yeah.
smooth, and then versus what Tyson Fury had going on with them extra weighted gloves.
Mm.
He couldn't even hold up.
Mm. Boop, boop, boop.
man,
The old
Well,
gypsy legend there, boy.
please tell me y'all Caleb playing back Jerry
oh,
life out of Jamal Charlo.
Oh, I just seen that. I just seen that.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Repeat that for the people. Tell me you still with me.
Caleb Plant slapped
Oh yeah.
the earth with
Oh, okay.
fire out of Jamal Charlo.
They were out at like an event or something, weren't they?
It
They
was
were wait,
pre-fight.
Oh, pre-fight.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
pre-fight. You know, and I think that happens sometimes. You get a few too many boxers in the same area. You know, everyone's
Fist
even if
cups.
you're not in the fight, man, he gets you
that
excited. You
the
know.
energy out there is crazy in Vegas right now.
Oh yeah,
Charlo's
definitely.
wives got into a fight with each other. It's crazy out there right now.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what I like to hear.
That's where
Everything
the
better.
fight's at, right? That's
The
where
only
the
thing that'll make this
oh
better
man, I know
if Brock
Vegas is
Lesnar somewhere in
lit.
the crowd
Vegas is
watching.
ridiculous right now.
Bro.
Mm.
Like the strip.
So I'm kind of curious your guys' opinion on another celebrity boxing match. Who are you guys picking in the Diaz Paul fight?
You go ahead.
Jake Paul Diaz. As much as I hate to say it, Jake Paul, he got some dynamite in his gloves. He does.
He's young too.
It's just I think the thing that messes Jake Paul up is just that he came out as a YouTuber, initially before. So people don't take him as serious as what they really need to. But
Do they
Which
though?
goes back to the old
hey,
saying.
he's an athlete. He
Never
trains
judge
now.
a
He
book.
trains. He
Well,
trains.
So I'm saying
he
anybody
trains
who
as a
trains to do
boxer.
something can
Yeah,
do
he
anything.
definitely trains.
Yeah, he
So
trains.
I mean,
But
if he hit you the wrong way, it's night night.
I mean, I would agree with that. You know, any given, we've seen him do it with some guys that I don't want to fight either. But I think a portion of that is he's taking he's taking someone out of their sport and putting them in a completely different sport and claiming he's seceding. You know, it's easier to I can't beat Tyron Woodley in a UFC match, but I
Right.
might get him in a golf game. You know,
True.
it's
True.
just something you take him out of what he does well, and you're just relying on him being an old athlete.
Exactly,
And
because anybody who jumps out of their comfort range, especially within that, not even that age demographic, but within the realm of their usual fighting, you can always count on the person who's been trained in the said sport to be the favorite. That's why I pick Paul in a lot of these matches. Because these dudes are phenomenal hands tossers in the UFC.
And I think
but that ain't boxing.
But it ain't box.
True.
And that's why when we seen him actually fight the one boxer he's fought, it was a completely different match, and I think that says a lot. And it was Fury's little brother, and Tommy Fury is not a fantastic boxer either. You know, he's got a little coattail syndrome under him too. You know, and I don't blame him. If I had some coattails to ride, I'd hop on in. You know, personally, but I just think I'm excited. I'm going for Nate Diaz, just because I'm a fan. I'm a Nate
I'm a
Diaz
fan
fan.
too. I like Nate Diaz, but this is kind of outside his realm. Even though he is the most boxingest person in the UFC, almost I would say, as far as like let's throw him square up, but
Kind of. He's
this
really
ain't
more
boxing.
known for his jujitsu though, and
Yeah,
that's
no,
why I
yeah,
really like watching the Diaz brother excels, because their jiu-jitsu is highly unrated because they really prefer to stand up and slap you. That's what makes it
that's
beautiful.
what I'm saying. We don't see. What was that you were?
Oh no, I was basically agreeing with him. Yeah, I think they are as far as art uh, strikers.
I think you're cutting out just a little bit there. You're real spotty on what we're hearing, I think.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me now?
I was hearing
Mhm.
mostly.
Y'all
Yeah.
can hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just saying I agree with bro. I was saying I think that the Diaz brothers are underrated when it comes to their how well rounded they are as far as mixed martial arts. I think a lot of people just look at them as like strictly strikers, and I think they're more than that.
Oh yeah, light years beyond that, and that's why even with the Diaz Paul fight, even if I think Paul won the boxing match, Paul would not want to see Nate Diaz in a ring with with like UFC rules. It would
No,
just
Oh no, absolutely not.
it'd be rough.
it's a whole different world.
The long night.
That's why he picks and chooses his battles. That's exactly
Yeah,
why he picks
and
and chooses his battles.
he's been pretty good at picking them too. I would have to
hmm
say.
hmm
Smart.
Yeah, get that money.
Well, yeah, a
You
lot of
got to
these
keep winning to
UFC,
keep the gravy train rolling too.
no, for sure. But a lot of these UFC fighters think they can go into these boxing matches and just win, just because they're like, oh, well, I'm in a higher contact sport, like we're throwing knees and stuff. Like, I'm almost ready for everything, and they got that mentality going in, not realizing that, yeah, you're not going to get in this ring, and throw kicks and grapples and chokeholds and stuff. You're not wearing people down. It's not the same thing. You're getting straight shots to either really more likely the mouth, rib cage, you know what I'm saying? Just, depending on who you're fighting. And a lot of a lot of them take that for granted when they step into these opportunities fighting people, like I said, who've been training in boxing. That's why you don't see boxers jumping over into MMA.
Yeah, they're not even foolish enough to think about that.
Man.
Well, let's do another. I wouldn't call this a celebrity fight, but another cross promotion fight. We've got one coming up with Tyson Fury and our boy Francis from the UFC. Who do y'all got in that fight?
Trash.
Dude, it's true. I was about to say, you want to talk about a dumpster fire of a fight.
Wait, what?
Because Tyson Fury is going to find some way to cheat. Even though he ain't got to. But he's going to find some way to cheat. Bro, he's the most fraudulent champion I've ever seen. And like I said, I can talk about this for hours, but I'm not going to do it. I don't care.
He's like his cheating is being like 6'8". That's what's cheating.
No, his cheating
like
is he got 20-pound racing foot in his gloves, and all he do is smacks people to death. He don't throw no straight drives, no nothing. Everything he do is curve because it's weighted glove. They just let him get it. He's a gypsy, all right. He must
A gypsy, all right.
He got the judges high. They all had. They was with Aaron Rodgers. All of them was at peyote night by the campfire.
Aaron Rodgers. Speaking of him.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
I don't care. Francis is gonna lose because Tyson's gonna find some way to cheat to win.
Francis is gonna lose because he's not a boxer.
Yeah, Francis ain't got a chance. I mean, he got a puncher's chance, but I mean, nah.
No, and I don't think so either. Because Wilder, I believe, probably punches at least just as hard, or at least in the vicinity,
Bro, he
probably even
knocked
harder.
Tyson Fury out in that fight. But like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
but the peyote from the night before, they said, "Oh shit, he got up 3 seconds ago. He's still high. He don't even know." Tyson been up. He got hit. Please, I didn't
Please.
see it.
I didn't see it.
You're right. I didn't see
I
it.
don't
Stop
remember.
playing.
I don't remember that part.
Please, he didn't do it. He was that. We counted live. He was down 14 seconds. Then the
Well,
referee
yeah.
still asked him, "Is he okay?" Bro, that fight was over.
Well, you act
Man.
like counting to 10 ain't confusing sometimes.
When you on that stuff, I'm sure it is.
Right.
Math ain't math.
You're right. It mathed all right to me. I calculated
I'm
it.
sure it did.
14 minus 5 equals. It was only 9. It was only 9.
I'm sure.
You forgot the Mississippis.
No, they counted every Mississippi, every sheep, everything else that popped up, the hieroglyphics, all by the campfire. And Rogers led the meeting. So,
That's too
That
wild.
guy.
All right. We've been talking sports for a moment. We need to do our quick
let's
little
review
Four
this
Roses small batch review. Now that we've been drinking it for a moment, had a chance to smell it, had a chance to taste it. What is y'all opinion on this fine bottle of whiskey?
I'll let you go first, Tom.
It's not bad. It's kind of smooth. I like it. I like it cold. Like I said, it got a little bit of a little kick to it, a little bite to it, higher, but it's not bad. I mean, sip it slowly. Wear your seatbelts.
Right.
I'm about to say, because this thing is potent, man, bro. I'm like, everything he's saying is true. But, dude, if I had 2 cups of this, bye-bye Saturday. Like, bro, I'm probably like, it's good night. Like, this thing is strong. Like, you need to drink this on the rocks.
Rocks, yeah, it's got to be cold.
You gotta drink this
cold.
on the rocks. You need that water diffusion, because this thing, boy, if you drink a whole one of these in one day,
I don't think you can.
bro, good
Oh,
night.
a
If
fifth
you
can
blacked
definitely
out
be drinking.
and waking up in jail,
Of
you
this?
something crazy, or you on the couch for the next 2 days, because this thing is that potent.
Yeah, I drink, but I don't know if I can down that in a day. I don't know if you can pay me to down that in a day.
Dude, no.
Well, I tell you what, next time we're in Kansas City, we'll have a good old driveway reunion, and I'll show you how these bottles go down.
Live from Grandview.
We gotta get some barbecue going too. Barbecue going.
We can do that.
Oh yeah.
Chef ready. We can do that.
Yeah, it'll be a very wild, bold, drunk episode. I've been a long time bottle drinker, so it'll be nothing but great pleasure to show you how a bottle can get polished off rather easily.
He said rather easily.
Well, we're betwixt company, of course. But
I'm talking solo dolo.
Oh, good.
But I'll make sure to bring an extra bottle. Yeah, I won't be driving home that night though.
Oh well, you can stay wherever.
Yeah, Casa galore.
Me Casa is.
Yeah, I can't guarantee I'm making it out of the yard, but
I got that greenhouse out there. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it in.
Right. Yeah.
Keep the rain.
That is on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys give it?
I'd give this a solid 8. Like it's good. But I'm just saying, but if you drink too much, if you ain't got nothing to do, have at it. But if not, good night. That's all I can say. It's over.
I'll give about 7.4. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's it's just I don't know. I don't know if I give anything a 10, honestly, drink wise. I mean, there's some stuff that's out there, but high 9s. But yeah, about 7.4, 7.5. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair review. I'd say that's a strong spot right there. Personally, I'd put it right about the 8.3 mark. There are better whiskeys.
We on average.
Yeah, There are better, but I think for the for the under $50 kind of range,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of hard to find anything that's going to really blow me away. Um, I
If
do
you
like
do a
to compare
drinking game
things
with this, it's
to
over.
Remy Martin.
I
You
don't think you can
know,
make the next round.
and I think I would still prefer Remy Martin over this, but this would be a good substitution.
Hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
And that segment's brought to you by BetMGM Sports. Don't forget to click the link on the description and
Gamble
place your bets.
responsibly.
Yeah, and
Above
bet
all else.
responsibly.
And legally, only in the places where you can do it. But if you try to do it, they ain't gonna let you. But then you might be flagged. You know how the government works. You better be careful.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
so
don't be
well.
afraid to use things like VPNs that magically make you appear in Kansas all of a sudden. It's wild how
Because
things
that
work
is
like that.
league well. Work within parameters.
So, so let's do
Oh,
the put your money where your mouth is segment. Which boxer are you picking in this fight?
well, Mr. KC, there's no doubt about it. I picked Crawford as soon as I heard it was happening. My soul told me, my wallet told me, and I went and put my money down today. So I mean, it's Crawford. It's Crawford or nothing, and that is just that simple for me. What about you, Mr. KC? Before we jump to our special guest,
All right, before we make it to the guests, personally, I always tend to like to bet the underdog just because you get more return for your value. I think Spencer has a real boxer's chance in this fight. With that being said, there's an obvious reason why Crawford's the favorite. And if I was going to place a bet on this particular fight, I'd probably lean Crawford too, but I would not make fun of you if you reached out and put some money on Spencer.
I got something attacking me, but yeah, Earl Smith, yeah, he's like you can't go wrong.
Uriel.
Uriel.
Bud, man,
Yeah,
Styles make fights.
man,
Spence is tailor made for Bud.
man.
I agree. I'm just, hey, I'm a
You
spectator.
Crawford, too?
I'm a spectator. Yeah, I mean that's the favorite. That's definitely the favorite. It's just I wouldn't, like I said, like Mr. Casey, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not going to give him.
I don't think anyone would be upset at that.
I'm not going to give him, like I said, it's a boxer's chance. Hey,
As long as Boston
Spence Spence could pull it off. He could. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we wasn't supposed to lose to the Colts last year.
That's all it really takes.
Well, that's different.
I mean, I get that, but
Right.
it's sports. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, we can almost expect to
Yeah.
lose.
Well, you can look
we just
at
can't beat them for some reason. That's different.
You can look
Yeah,
at
that's different. They just shit. Kind of like the Bengals. And the fucking Colts come out. God damn.
Hate the Colts, dog.
Look, I opened up a whole nother can of worms. I was just saying that we wasn't supposed to lose, and how it happens. Like that just
Yeah.
But
It's sports, man.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
what
think you
makes
can look
it
at
a little
the. I think you can look at the Mayweather and McGregor fight. McGregor really shouldn't have had no chance. And for at least the first 4 or 5 rounds,
he was giving them blows.
He put in work, showed him there's a boxer's chance he could win the
did
fight.
we watch the same
And-
fight?
Yeah, and then we did. And then Mayweather
Okay, 'cause
turned it
I
on.
didn't see none of that.
Yeah,
I done seen Floyd making money. Because that's all he was doing. Was making money.
That's all he was.
He done knocked the dude out 3 times in the fight, held him up, like, hold on, you can't go down there yet. Because I need that extra meal ticket, whispered in his ear. And so I'm like, stop playing. Good night.
Yeah. I mean, it was very one-sided, but McGregor made it,
His
fight.
name made it interesting. That was it.
He's still eating off that fight.
Of course.
He got
Because
paid.
he got to work with the GOAT.
Yeah, because he got out of the UFC paycheck.
Yeah,
he got
because he know what time it is in UFC. That time is done. He got washed up, got beat up. Then he tried to wax him at DMs. Anything he could do.
Who even threw that together? Who thought Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather would be a good fight? Like, who threw that together? I mean, good promotion.
Mayweather and Dana.
Mayweather.
Yeah, Dana threw that together.
Like crazy.
Dana said, text Dana White, let me fight Conor.
As long as I get my cut.
Right.
we cut you.
Yeah. You
But
you
I
should
get the
play
most
my
money.
little.
You get more than Connor. Connor, what do you get? Like $3 million?
No, he got more than that. I think
Well, I don't know how much you got.
Oh yeah, he got way more than
he
that.
got more than that.
Yeah.
I thought he got like 10 or something
Can I
like that.
Yeah,
can I ask y'all a question? How do y'all think the fight ends?
Tonight.
Ooh.
Knockout.
I think it'd be with the split decision. Split decision.
Yeah, that's more what I'm leaning towards too.
Split decision.
Hey,
I'm expecting a knuckle duster. Good night.
If we see a
He
knockout,
gonna
that
catch him with something. You
so
gonna see it.
hey, I like, you know what I'm saying? Like my head is saying like decision. It might
yeah.
be decision. My eyes say something else. My eyes tell me hey, what Bud said, like if he get out of line,
Good night.
all that reaching and lunging and being out of position, or what they call a no man's land.
It could be.
I think people say Spence gets hit a lot. He gets hit a lot with shots that he can see.
Mm-hmm.
Crawford does damage with the shots that people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
expecting a lullaby.
I mean,
Couple
going
sheep
in.
count.
But
Yeah,
Spence is like the Terminator, bro. Like I don't know. So that's
yeah.
what.
Even Terminator got melted.
Yeah, and I never really trust what I call the Rocky Balboa theory. You know, let them punch me 50 times and then it's my turn.
Right. It
You know,
remind
they'll
me of
never.
Homer Simpson, the Simpsons episode. He was
Yeah,
fighting the Mike Tyson, what they call him, Dedrick Tatum. And he was beating Homer to death. Stop playing.
yeah. That's why I've always appreciated Mayweather because his real specialty was, you know, I can stand right in front of you and you're
Yeah.
never going to hit me. That's a hard thing
He
to
got
do.
ultra instinct.
That's what boxing hit and not get. I don't know
Right.
what thing. Like
Yep.
fighting, and then there's boxing.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's what set up a lot of these like celebrity type fights. It's just the realization that most people don't really have that boxing, you know, while it is still just a striking sport, it is different from kickboxing. It's different from the UFC. This ain't wrestling. It doesn't matter how much you can lift. It doesn't matter how tall you are. You can have the reach advantage. You can still lose. Look at Mike Tyson. Everybody that fought Mike Tyson had a reach advantage. And tell me how that worked out for him.
Slip
Not
that
well.
uppercut.
Barely.
I'm trying to tell you, he done made a lot of people bottom row wedged into their motherfucking mouthpiece. Boop! Uppercut.
Mm.
Good night.
You know, I
For
did
real.
see that video of the guy on the airport that took a punch from Mike Tyson. And I was kind of proud that he didn't just get knocked the fuck out because I really just assumed that was a fucking
Anything
death
he talks
sentence.
off would kill an ordinary man.
Right.
You just think so. Like he just shows the control that Tyson had. He held back. If he'd have gave him everything, he would have been in the casket. Mac probably.
Yeah. That's a soul taker right there.
Soul snatcher.
But we do have other fights on the agenda tonight. UFC time. I would say UFC tonight, but I was going to say 291 because that's the number they're on. 291s tonight. We got Poirier versus Guthrie, Pierre versus Blakovic. BMF's titles on the line. Derek Lewis is fighting. You know he do it for Trump. Dude, it's an exciting night for fighting in general, for sports combat in general.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Perfect preseason kind of fights, you know. Preseason for football.
Oh,
Get you
but this
excited.
shit, we got the Hall of Fame game next Thursday, so I was just thinking that. Yeah.
So wild to think about, right?
Oh, I can't wait.
Money making time.
Yeah, you know it. You know it.
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
I'm-
definitely have to tune in to
Max.
us. And don't forget to check out our sponsor for
Yes, sir.
today's episode. It's going to be BetMGM Sports. Links in the description. Place your bets safely. Don't put your rent money on this. Even though we'll make sure to
Go
make
ahead.
you money
Go
in
ahead.
the
Put your rent
case
money
you
on it.
lose it. Go ahead, go from a rent to a ownership is what he's saying.
Put your rent money up. Put your rent money up. You might might be the one. Sometimes you got to go into the bank. Sometimes, and it might pay off.
Yeah, and if it
But
doesn't,
it wasn't us. It wasn't us.
right.
It wasn't us.
Definitely put your money on Crawford if it's rent money. If it's free loose money, don't be afraid of Spencer. If you're
Oh, I'll drink to that. Huh.
stick with your favorites.
I don't know. I put a lot of money on Crawford, but I put a lot of money on Dustin the Diamond Poirier tonight too. My man in the UFC. I put a few dollars on Derek Lewis too, because you can only lose so many fights in a row.
Derek Lewis, man, I just had to. I even
how much you put on it?
I put a cool 10 down on Derek, man. I just got to see post fight, you know what I'm saying, interview. That's all I'm looking forward to.
Exactly.
Why'd you take your shorts off, Lewis?
Shit, because my nuts was hot.
My nuts are hot.
what
more excuse do you need than that?
How much more truth can be told?
Bro,
man. Just see me beat this nigga up, boy. It took a little minute. I'm hot.
Talk about legendary.
Not for real, dude. Like I said, when he said he had to knock him out for Trump, I knew then. I said, bro, if he ever leaves UFC, he's gonna be a wrestling superstar.
Oh, for sure. WWE.
I'm trying. AEW ready for him. He
reminds me of a wrestler
That's where,
from WWF.
America's Top Team, the UFC training thing. They got people who transcended out of UFC as wrestling there. I can see him doing that easy.
Look at old what's her face? The chick that got a butt kicked.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Destroyed.
She said, "I'm leaving. I'm going to the fake fight."
Shayna Baszler.
Man, Ronda Rousey make me mad that the Dudley boys ain't around no more.
Oh my god, that was my guys. Those were my guys.
I'm trying to tell you, somebody
the Dudley death drop, bro.
3D. Get the tables,
bro. You know it. The Dudley death drop.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hulk Hogan is.
I call that the Melvin from Baby Boy when he was talking that stuff in the living room.
He started smacking his head.
I said, that's the Melvin. Boy.
He looked for the table like.
You know what I'm saying, boy? Him and D-Line connected. I call it the Bald Brother connection.
Unity.
No, you're not lying though. But a lot of exciting stuff in UFC tonight. And if you can catch that, because this be on before the Crawford match, so. Catch as much UFC as you can if you need some action early on. You know, the prelims usually start about 5:30 Midwest, 6:30 Eastern. That was 7:30 Pacific. Man, I'm surprised I remember that. But yeah, check it out and see.
I'm going to grab some ice. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Do your thing. So I'm just saying, within the Rams. Oh, I see you. Oh,
oops.
You gotta go.
That was the.
There we go.
Hold on.
All right.
We're going through all the. Hey, I can't
Brought
leave you out.
Brought to you by Uriel.
We can't leave you out. So.
And that dude with the beard. We all here.
Yeah, I apologize for the. I was trying to make it so I disappeared, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, just disappear. We like it's all right. It'll be all right.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah,
of course.
We all good. I'm just saying, talking about dude, this thing is gonna be a magnificent fight. It's the super fight that we deserved, and to tie this into football, the only reference I think of as a Chiefs fan, I feel like this is long deserved. We waited a long time for a Super Bowl. We've been waiting a long time for a boxing super fight. We were children during the Tyson era.
Right.
He's killing everything. We see highlights. We got to come up in the Floyd Mayweather era and seeing those wins, but not too many.
And those was still like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You're GOAT. You're the GOAT. No doubt. I would never argue with play. He's my favorite athlete.
He
wasn't say it all the time.
He wasn't doing how Tyson was doing.
Exactly. Because beyond Floyd Mayweather, Kobe Bryant, dude, My third favorite athlete. Oh, sorry, we talking about boxing. I started throwing my favorite athletes. But Floyd Mayweather, pound for pound, we got to see that era. We, like I said, we seen the Tyson just because we was alive. We seen highlights and stuff, but we didn't really understand it to know how dominant he really was.
Since you speak about your favorite athlete, who's your first favorite athlete? Let me ask that. Who's your first favorite athlete?
My very first favorite athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I know mine. While you're thinking, it is easy for me.
It's easy for me
gonna
too.
be
It,
Patrick Mahomes.
that I was just about to say that. I
Right.
was just about to say that because he's done so much for the town. Like that.
Yeah.
Pat. That was literally what I was gonna say. Literally what I was gonna say. Yeah.
See, Patrick Mahomes is third on my list, and even he done so much for the town. My absolute favorite athlete of all time is who I'm wearing, Kobe Bean Bryant.
I love him. He's just not gonna be my
I've seen
first
who's worked harder at studying a craft, becoming the master of said craft, and developing said moves in said craft. Anybody who's played against him will tell you they're the best player they ever played against. Dude, there's something about Kobe Bryant, his rise, and then his temporary fall where he was blackballed by the NBA, where he should have won MVP probably 5 years in a row, and then climbing back to glory, 3 title runs in a row, winning 2. Dude, his story alone. Kobe Bryant's the dude.
I get his story. Justin, I love Kobe Bryant. I love
determination, dedication to the craft.
And that's exactly what I see in Patrick Mahomes, bro. That's exactly what I see in him, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's hungry and he's already full, but he's still hungry. Like it's not even being greedy. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like, people be content. He don't even want to take the money. Like it's not the money factor for him. It's like it's just about winning.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing Kobe Bryant was on. Like, I'm gonna stay with this team. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna do this. I don't care about who we get. I'm gonna work with what I got, and I'm gonna do it.
One guy who can score at least 15 points a game consistently. Paul Gasol came in. It was over. And it was written.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is co-players. Andrew Bynum.
Didn't Kobe?
Huh?
I just say like Patrick because he's done for the whole team.
One time though.
You said Kobe did what?
Trying to leave.
He tried to leave, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he was gonna go to Chicago.
I'm gonna leave the Lakers.
I'm about to go where he.
Yeah. Right. He just had to let them know they need to bring some stuff in. You said who was hating?
He's called negotiating.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean there's probably a little bit of negotiating tactics, right? Like, hey, fuck it, I'm gone. I'm going to Chicago. Always wanted to be in Jordan's shadow anyway. Like I'm already here. Why not put me in the same hometown?
Right. Kobe, give me 5 hours. I will make something happen.
Exactly. He said, we'll work out the trade of the century. We'll trade Kwame Brown, and we'll bring you Paul Gasol. He's not an all-star, but he's pretty good. He came to L.A., became an all-star and a champion.
Yeah.
Mama's
I'm trying to tell you. Good night.
But I would say
I do love Pat though. He's my third favorite athlete. I got Floyd Mayweather before.
Before Pat Mahomes, it was a baseball player named Jay Buhner. The motherfucker he was a monster.
You said what year?
Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners. He's the greatest designated hitter of all time. He was just a legendary guy in his day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't blame you for that. Who's your favorite athlete?
Favorite?
I think you might have cut out there.
Yeah, you're cutting it out a little bit.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll probably be between Ken Griffey Jr. and Deion Sanders. Those are like my two those are my guys right there.
Dedicated to the
Yeah.
craft. That's what I'm saying.
And Pat, I do have Kobe and Pat on my list too. But my top two would be Ken Griffey and Dion.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's solid.
Pat's a solid number 3. And I ain't taking nothing against him. He's my favorite football player of all time.
Yeah.
Without
Right.
a shadow of a doubt. Without a
See,
shadow
Dion
of a
is just my
Right.
favorite
I
athlete.
said, hey, and not to segue, but you remember in the driveway, Mr. Casey, we talked about the show before. It ain't gonna matter because it wasn't mainstream media. But I already said I was saying he was gonna go for over 5,000. You was there, my brother was there, and then it
There's a
happened,
reason.
man.
There's a reason this podcast is called predictions. There is a predictions element in it,
I'm
and that
living
is
on the wild
because
side.
we have spent many of drunken afternoons in a driveway drinking
Living,
things like small batch, my empty bottle,
living on the wild
and,
side. It's not.
we had a lot of conversations such as these, and we thought it'd be good to just go ahead and film it and
Man.
bring it to you guys to enjoy the conversation with us, so you can have a bold drunk conversation as well.
And going back to my point, like I said, the only reason I say Patton is because, like I said, I ain't been here for 50 years, but I know it was 50 years before we won that championship. Like I said, but the 36 years that I was here, well, it was hurt. It was hurt, bro. The Damien Heward, Edward, the Brody Croyle, the Big Pen, the
Gerback.
Gerback, yeah, bro.
Bono.
Even when we was good with Trent Green, like we couldn't get over that hill.
Right.
We was 13.
He was the biggest Bryce
We was
Thomas
going
fan of all
13-3, but losing to Peyton Manning in the playoffs.
Because our defense
Right.
is trash.
Manning, though. But yeah,
Look, there was a
Still.
period. I would say that Yodana Ventura was my favorite athlete, just because he was my favorite player that I seen on a team that won a championship.
Bruh.
You know, I grew up. We all did. You know,
right.
we all grew up as sports fans, not knowing what an actual winner looked like. You know, Jordan, or excuse me, dude with a beard, was he was excluded as a Kobe Lakers fan. You know, he got to see excellence, but you know, I grew up a Sonics fan, no rings there. You're growing up a Royals fan, no rings in my lifetime.
Right.
Chiefs fan, rings. We're talking can't get a playoff win.
I was at playoff.
You know, it's just all bad for a long period of time.
Oh yeah, all of our childhood and most of our adult life. So
if started from the bottom, now we here it was a fan base.
I'm trying to
That's it. That's
Oh.
it. That's it.
The quote of the night.
I'm trying to tell you. If that ain't the
I
most
wanted
truth
to
you've
say
heard.
something too about the fights tonight. There is a fighter from Kansas City on the card.
Hey?
Going up against somebody from Omaha. So you know we got some Midwest
little
boys
Midwest
going
guy.
at it on the card tonight.
Yeah,
I'm
so if
also
you're not
looking forward to
watching,
seeing Steven Nelson too.
yeah, that's going to be a decent fight too. So if you're not watching the UFC pre-fight before the Spencer Crawford fight, I would definitely pay attention to those undercards where you're going to see them Kansas City boys do a little action, put in a little work, as we like to say. Give them a little Kansas City shuffle. You know, could happen.
The undercards be cracking.
Man, bro, it be lights out, boy.
Mm-hmm. That's where you get to make your name.
Especially
Yeah,
on a fight
absolutely.
card on a fight like this. Where
Yeah, if you want to name
everybody's
in
watching,
boxing, being an undercard on a
this is where
on such a big highlight fight.
Like you said, Thomas, this is where Thomas lost. This is where you get your name at.
Exactly.
You fighting in front of on an undercard that's like the biggest fight
in possibly history. One of the biggest fights in history. Bro, everybody's been waiting on this. Everybody.
So like even though the casuals might not see those undercards, hardcore boxing fans are watching those undercards.
That's what I was about to say. And real parties, bro. They got the fight on. Like they watching everything. Like you come to a fight party, you walking in the door, you getting your food or whatever. The fight's on. Get your drink.
Right.
The fight's on. You gonna watch who's ever
Yeah.
at, when the main card comes on, and that's when
From
you
the
know
rooter to the tutor.
Well, there's a
exactly.
reason
Couldn't say it
the
better.
pre-fight is so early. You know, we got to get this conversation into the
UFC
folks
pre-fight
before.
be on soon, y'all.
Yeah, it you know
That's
before
how-
you get to it, time's up. You
No,
I
it's
can't.
gonna be exciting.
I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
about maybe half hours.
Ooh.
know. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What you got for the fighters' meal tonight?
Man, we got some rotel over there. We
Okay,
got some wings. I like to put the rotel on some fries. You feel me?
that's lovely. Nah,
Underestimating. I be telling
Man, I
people,
put Rotel
especially
on
talking about, I say
everything.
they got to put a lot more stuff
you
on
can't
fries.
you
I don't
can't
know
go
where
wrong
you
with
go.
it. You don't go wrong with it. What you got, Mr. KC?
You can't. Mm-mm.
You got any meals for the fight tonight? Special meals?
We're doing a little chicken wings, little chicken
Okay,
wing action.
okay.
You know, I usually do rotels during the football season, so I try to save it. That's my good luck charm for the Chiefs. When I don't make it, we lose. If
Keep
I
it
make
up.
it, we win. Got to
Keep
make
it
it every
up.
weekend, you know. And so I'm getting my rotels, my Velveeta stock up in preparation for the season. But tonight we are doing some wings, and since I'm out of Four Roses, we might have to move on to a little Remy. We might have to get back to some other liquor.
Nice.
It's not about for roses. We had to move on to little. Okay,
You're right.
Yeah, rest in peace. I miss you, buddy.
Right.
it's not bad.
Till next time.
I just took a dive on a wild side and asked for another cup. So
Yeah, let's go ahead and since we're half an hour into the review of Bowl Drunks episode 2 of a little bit of Four Roses small batch. How is it working for you now that we're an hour into it?
it's going down a lot smoother.
Mm.
A lot smoother.
I've noticed the smell gets way better.
That boy throat numb.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
You already know, Rip.
I got the same good night. This is
Yeah, as my wife likes to call it, my excuse for a midday nap. You know?
I'm trying to tell you, this shit is heavy.
Aren't they the best? Aren't they the best?
Mm,
I promise you, aren't they the
Mm.
best? Midday
they
naps.
really are.
Man.
Like you get better sleep during the day than you do at night.
Oh, Tomo, I can tell you must be a father.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They work real great the older you get.
My little wild Donnie Thornberry over there, off camera, thank God. But yeah, yes.
Well, one of these days they might have to do the kids edition. You know, we are not afraid to pimp our kids out to sports entertainment. And,
He must not know how many I got.
Oh, you got a little baseball team for yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Little rascals.
Literally.
Hey,
Definitely.
hey, I was done after one, so that's the best I got.
Ooh.
Well, no, yeah, she want to be a YouTuber anyway. I'll have her on episode. She can I come on your show? For sure. So we have her link up with Boo Boo Bear and some other show.
My boy, you finally got that boy, right?
Mm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you got you a boy, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's a rare breed nowadays. It seems
Mm-hmm.
like.
Boy, especially for a brother like me.
I know, bro. I know the struggle.
Man, I only got one friend that has had a boy. It is absolutely ridiculous. It has blown my mind. I'm like, I don't know. I know how I did it, but I don't know how it happened for y'all. Like, it's just been
Look, it took me
nothing but
3 girls to get a boy. 3 girls to get a boy. Jordan,
3 girls
to get a boy. It took him 4.
took him 4.
That's why I said
So
he
you
got
did
his
4
boy.
girls and then a boy?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I might have to tell my homie that because he stopped at number 4 for the girls. So
Hey,
maybe I might
See,
motivate him.
I know his pain.
fighting a
I
good
know his
fight.
pain.
Gotta keep fighting a good fight, man.
For real, it's a beautiful struggle. Listen, it's the girls. They're a beautiful struggle. They're a beautiful struggle. Beautiful.
And I'm gonna struggle
It's
for
just
this.
when you get your little maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe Patty Mahomes. Well, I ain't gonna say Patty Mahomes, but
Ugh.
you know, your little maybe quarterback, maybe baseball player, maybe soccer. I'm going for soccer now. After
Yeah.
Mbappe and you know
The
what
girls
Messi's
play soccer.
yeah, I'm doing soccer now. That's what I'm pushing my kids for. Less contact.
Well,
Well, my daughter going to the
well, all I'm gonna say is,
man knew that.
dude with a beard's daughter has as much chance as making the NFL as my son.
I,
So I just know where my son's at. So
Hey, Thomas seen her
I've
tackle
watched him throw a
firsthand.
ball.
she had old nephew in here
Yeah.
crying.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, she's strong.
She had nephew in here
She
crying.
want to be Olympic swimmer, UFC fighter.
I got
So
I got the next
Yeah.
skills over here,
I know you do.
bro. Hands all day, every day.
You say
And
Prince?
don't let them get your vocals.
Oh, bro, they already do that too.
Yeah, if y'all didn't know he can sing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they definitely
Hell
are.
yeah.
oh, well, they'll know it
Hell
soon.
yeah.
He'll be on the track soon. We talked about it soon. Original music coming to the Bold Predictions Sports Podcast, and there'll be links,
Yeah.
descriptions, visuals, all of that.
it's
You'll hear a
it's
lot more Uriel with me, and we're gonna do it. That's-
And pay attention to
say
next
that.
week's wrestling episode. Don't think it's just all strictly
Yeah.
combat sports. We
Oh, yeah.
do have wrestling segments coming soon to you, plus much more that I've got in the works.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget to check out the versus debates, where you
Oh,
see
yeah.
things like Trey Lance versus Brock Purdy, which is an interesting conversation.
It ain't
We've also got
traditional.
the Andy Reid Bill Belichick debate out. Don't forget to click that on. Can't find a Patriots fan for that, but you know,
One day,
it
one day.
happens.
But I'll defend him a little bit, as much as my soul will let me.
Yeah,
Because
my
Andy Reid's
soul,
the man. He's the GOAT. There
my
ain't no,
soul,
there ain't no
yeah,
Yeah,
my
debate
he's
soul
the
about
told me
it.
I
best
needed
coach
to
in
make
football.
that video
Best
with or
coach ever.
without a guest.
But I think we've talked about that since 2013.
Yeah, he's the best coach ever.
We had talked about that then. And that was a year
Yeah.
after he showed up. I said, bro, anybody who could take Alex Smith and make teams the playoff teams consistently. We seen Harborough, Alex Smith got them to a Super Bowl before the dude they outcast that took over. What's his name?
Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, Kaepernick.
Mhm.
Pumpernickel bread. That dude.
Pumpernickel bread.
That dude. Well, I'm just saying, man. Andy Reid, without a shadow of doubt. And this ain't just a homer take. He's the greatest.
Well, I mean, it's really him or Bill Walsh. Like, I don't even want to hear the Bill Belichick debate no more.
It's
No,
it's
He-
no it's no debate. It's no
it's
debate.
no
Yeah.
way. That thing is signed
He's
off
got to
and
do
done.
something without Brady on his resume.
He didn't even make the
before I give
playoffs
him
with, I
any
imagine.
shame. He has
No,
two
they
playoff.
didn't make the playoffs.
He's made the playoffs twice. Won one playoff game.
Right.
That was pre-Brady, mind you,
Mhm.
and that is with a decade of
With that
coaching
Bledsoe,
experience.
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, no playoffs with Drew Bledsoe either.
Yeah, that's what
Mm,
I'm
oh,
saying.
He's
yeah,
the kind of
so-
coach that would miss the playoffs with Drew Bledsoe. Is all
So
I'm gonna
post
say.
Bill
Brady,
Belichick
post
is
Brady.
the guy who benefited from just happening to fucking draft him to go.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's
He's
what
a
it is.
beneficiary. Andy
He's a
Reid
beneficiary.
and Patrick Mahomes are on mutual territory. There's
Bill-
talent, and then me being the best.
It's like the perfect
I'm gonna
marriage.
bring you up here.
It's the
Well,
perfect marriage.
Bill
I
Belichick
would,
and the
I
Patriots
would,
benefited from
I'd,
not.
You said Bill
I'd
what?
strongly
Say that one more time,
argue.
Uriel?
Yeah, what
I,
did you say?
I said Bill Belichick and the Patriots benefited from 9/11.
Exactly.
Mm.
We don't even want to talk about that. America's
But
team, my ass.
allegedly,
Mm-hmm. Right. You got to do the quotations, allegedly.
Well, allegedly, we'll drink to that though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Allegedly.
but
So
I definitely agree with Mr. Patriots just said. Like without Brady, like,
He has a losing record.
they've done absolutely nothing. They got Buffalo playoffs.
Oh, you cutting down a little bit, Doc.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
So like the defense, which is what he's been like that's been his thing. They haven't even really the defense really hasn't even been like
Stellar.
yeah.
Ooh.
So it's
Ooh.
like what was it really? Was it like you know what I'm saying? Like y'all had a lot of defensive stars and you had Brady on the rookie deal, and then you had Brady taking cheap deals to keep the star players on coming in on defense. But it really wasn't like now you can see that it was what it was. Like when Brady first left, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought like, well, maybe with that defense they might be able to do a little something. Maybe I didn't think they would be Super Bowl or real contenders, but they've done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A whole lot.
I
Of
agree with that.
Wholeheartedly nothing.
But they're gonna do something this year.
No, they're not.
The
And
Patriots,
No,
man,
they're not.
geez.
if they put Zappy back in,
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
right.
telling you,
Maybe.
Mac Jones
Not even
is a
then.
Pro Bowler. Who is Zappy?
he's got to win like 4 and
Who
1.
is that? Stop
Mac
playing.
Jones is only a Pro Bowler because other people turn that shit down. Like you can't.
Literally, you're
fucking
right.
it's
You're right.
his
You're right.
choice
Man, you know how
for the
many
game.
people who lose their jobs and stuff, and then the next man is the next man up? So you're gonna be mad at him for being good enough to be the dude they had to call to fill in? Stop playing.
He
Stats
was
alone.
no, because the problem is
You
they
can say
called
no
a
all
dude
you
to
want.
fill in.
Not
He
much.
said no.
Like my
They
boy
called
T.I.
another
said,
dude to
you
fill
can hate
in.
it if you
He
want
said
to,
no.
but you
They
waste your
called
time.
another dude in. He said no, and then Mac Jones picked up. That's what it was.
So how far down the line was he?
Goddamn 6th or 7th.
So he was the sixth or best. He was the sixth or seventh best quarterback in the league who could have came to the Pro Bowl. You're just proving my case.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy ain't
On the
done it.
AFC.
Brock Purdy ain't done it. And ain't nobody in the NFC East that you can pull up right now besides Jalen Hurts done it. So you can miss me with that.
I mean, Jones could have. He could be the 5th option. Jones could be the 5th option.
Like it's like the same thing we talk about Jimmy G. I keep telling all he do is win. You can pull up graphics on that. It's the same thing.
Brock
You can
Purdy.
hate all you
does is
want
miss
to.
games.
Brock
Purdy.
benefited from Jimmy G's 9-game win streak. Stop playing. The team is rolling.
Didn't Brock Purdy have an
come in
8-game win streak? He had an
But what
8-game
happened
win
when you
streak.
played?
He did.
What happened
But
when
that
you
doesn't
played
count
a
because
team
Jimmy
who
G
had
did
a
it
quarterback
first.
who was ready to play?
What?
Good
It don't count?
night.
It don't count because Jimmy G did it first, apparently.
No.
Jimmy G did all the work.
Brock Purdy is the guy that I'm putting my chips on.
What are you talking about?
That's who I put my chips on too.
He's
but
been through.
here we go, Trey
He's
Lance
been
over
through
here.
adversity. He's been through.
What
he's had to come
adversity?
back and drive. Brock.
adversity?
Yeah, me and him got into it this last year about Brock Purdy. We got into it
And
about
what
it.
happened?
And I'm a Brock Purdy fan. I love Mr. Irrelevant. I love Mr. Irrelevant.
And he's irrelevant.
Look,
Still.
the biggest insult is that they picked Sam Darnold over Trey Lance.
Come on.
That's the bigger problem.
What reports are you reading?
What do you mean?
Are you kidding me?
That is what
What
the
are you
49ers are doing. That is what the 49ers are doing.
I read
For their starting quarterback?
today. I read a report today. Trey Lance has the most completions, touchdowns, and rating out of any quarterback in their camp right now.
How?
Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions. He was 2 for 17. We ain't got to even talk about 7.
How?
Stop playing. What do you mean, how?
He's 8-1, ain't he?
8-1.
His record's 8-1. Since he took over, he's 8-1. I'm just saying.
All right.
And the only game he lost is when he went down in the playoffs, right? He went down in the playoffs, did he not?
Is he
he got injured? He got injured in the playoffs, did he not? Am I wrong?
When did he take over?
He took over. He's 8-1. Bro, he won. He reeled off like it was like after us. He reeled off
17 games. Jimmy G already had them on a 10-game win streak after they lost to the Chiefs. So whenever he went down, you can count
I'm pretty sure he's 8-1. Pretty sure.
I think it's something like it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's 8-1. And like I said, the game they lost, the game he went down in the playoffs, right, against the Eagles. The Eagles. He went down like first quarter,
Right.
first quarter, second quarter.
And then I remember, yeah, you're right, because the backer came in and drove the
Yeah.
down for a touchdown. Just show you how good the system is.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a very good system there in San Francisco. They've got it set up where it's plug and play for a quarterback. You know, if they weren't on quarterback
And that's
number
not going to
4,
win you a check.
I don't even know if it's a good system. I think they defense is set like to. They defense has been above average for the last couple years. So I mean, you really in a good spot regardless of what your offense is going to do. Like all your offense got to do is go out there and be an offense. Their defense is going to be Bosa.
The Niners going to win the division.
Wagner, who's the other guy? Funga. What's his name?
think the
Funga.
Niners
What?
gonna win the division?
They got a chance to.
Well, there's a chance for everybody, but I'm asking what you think.
Yeah, actually, I
don't
do.
think they are.
Actually, I do. It's the Niners, it's the Rams, the
Mhm.
Seahawks, and
Champions.
Arizona
The
Cardinals.
You're right. The Seahawks
Yeah,
gonna win the division.
yeah.
yeah, the Seahawks are winning their
Okay.
division.
The
You think so?
Seahawks
We just did the
Trust
NFC
me.
West picks. We broke down the schedules. We looked at the 49ers.
I'm gonna drink to that.
We looked at the
Seahawks gonna win
Seahawks.
the division.
Yeah, the Seahawks are winning their division.
Because it don't matter who play quarterback. Ain't none of them better than Geno Smith.
Look, I absolutely, positively hate the Seattle Seahawks. I have them at 12-5.
That's
all
what
I'm
I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, mark my words right now. I got 49ers.
But
In the
that's not
NFC,
a bad
in the NFC West, I got the 49ers.
I'd rather the 49ers win.
I
so
guess
I'm on
I
your
guess
team,
I'm gonna
Tomo.
be the I guess I'll I'll make it a tie because I got the Niners too. That
My
defense.
boy.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is we broke down the schedule.
But I
We've
will
seen
say
it.
this: if it's
We
not
did
the
the math.
Niners, I do. If it's not the Niners, I will concede that if it's not them, that I do think Seattle takes that division.
Oh,
It's gonna be.
Yeah,
If it's not
if it's
not the Niners, it's gonna be the Rams. Cooper Kupp's coming back. Aaron Donald, Matt Stafford's not a bad quarterback.
We ain't never said
It's over for them, bro.
That shit is done. They lost more than they gained. Trust me, when we went over there draft picks and everything, I ain't saying the shit lightly.
Right. Hey,
this might be a hot take.
Seattle out of everybody in that division, Seahawks had the best draft.
This might be a hot take.
Retained everybody.
This might be a hot take, but
draft.
Like we talking about the Rams, they little run being over.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know who else run is over?
The Bills.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. I already knew. I said it last year.
Over,
Philip Rivers is the quarterback. You can't tell me nothing different. Philip Rivers is the quarterback in Buffalo. You're never gonna win. Never.
Hey, it's over.
So hey, I'm curious.
I'm about to lose some in a second.
Let's talk to Tomo. Let's break it down to Tomo and Uriel because they weren't there for the episodes. Who do you have for the AFC East?
I'm about to lose them. My phone.
Oh,
1%.
You said for the AFC East?
Yeah, for the AFC East. What are we looking at?
I ain't even gonna lie. That's probably the toughest division in football this year.
Super tough.
Okay. So if I gotta give it to, it's a 3-way race.
I think it's 4-way.
New England ain't doing nothing, bro.
It's a 3-way.
Okay.
I'm with you. It's not New England.
They ain't on the
process of elimination.
They don't have
not New England.
If we just going by quarterbacks alone, they're last.
How you figure?
We got
by quarterbacks alone.
What has Aaron Rodgers done? You explain this to me.
Super Bowl, MVP titles.
We ain't talking about 12 years ago. We talking about now.
5 years
How has he
ago.
been playing now? You sound like Skip Bayless talking about Tom Brady.
Hey,
he made the Pro Bowl last year, I guarantee you, before Mac Jones did.
Mac Jones already a Pro Bowler though, so that's saying little or nothing. That same playing field for me.
Okay, so
Aaron Rodgers was a Pro Bowler before Mac Jones stopped wetting the bed.
If I absolutely got to pick a team,
they ain't got no offensive line. The Jets picks are just more off clout than anything. So we'll talk about that.
You said they
Stop
offensive
playing.
line and shit.
Yeah, but it's beyond.
But I don't know
It's
about
beyond
that, bro, because
trash.
they run game was crazy last year before Brees Hall got hurt. I
We'll
mean,
see.
yeah, before when he
It-
was healthy,
You're the
they
only
was running
person on
that
the
pill.
planet right now who say even Jets fans know their line is bad.
No, I'm not saying that they line is good. I'm just saying I don't know how
They're
good or
terrible.
bad they are. I just know that they ran that ball before Brees Hall got hurt last year, and they was
Well,
damn.
yeah,
They
but I
was in
mean,
the
a
top.
lot of their wins came against teams who was playing third string quarterbacks and stuff.
Well, I'm
So I
not
mean,
even just so much as talking about the wins. I was just talking about the run game in general.
gotcha.
But if I absolutely had to pick, I'm going to surprise probably y'all. But if
He gonna
Tua
pick a team
stays
with the
healthy, I'm
worst
going
line.
with
I already
Miami.
knew it. Please.
Let's go.
They
I
got
already
Let's
knew
the
he was gonna
they
say that. I knew it.
and it's not even because of it's not even because of the offense. They got weapons all over the defense, bro.
They do.
All over.
These same weapons they had last year that didn't pan
No,
out, and then with the addition Jalen Ramsey who just got hurt. Like, bro,
I give you that.
good night.
I really
The
think
Dolphins are gonna be the Dolphins.
no. The only thing it depends
But
on
I
is
feel like
Tua's
the
health.
AFC East will be the AFC East. Like I don't really feel like
Exactly.
any of those
And
teams
you
will
know what the
be.
AFC East always been? New England, and they coming right on back. You ain't doing nothing
No,
but proving my
no.
point. Full circle.
Last
Full circle.
place. Don't let
Full
him fool
circle.
you. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him mess you
Don't,
up.
They,
don't
Look,
ye be not deceived.
look.
I'm telling you.
We
I
all
think,
know. We all know. Dude with a beard is a public speaking phenomenon. It will convince you that somehow magically, somehow, some way, the Patriots are going to do it, but they're fucking not. They're
They
fucking
are.
not. I'm not
They got
allowing it.
receivers. They got
Not today.
weapons now.
I've been
Dude,
drinking enough not to allow this
I
shit.
think, I think that
they
Miami
got a
and the
champion at
Jets
wide
will be.
receiver.
I think Miami and the Jets will be fighting for
They
that
won't
division
be.
in the last game
The
of the
Jets
season.
will visit. The Jets is gonna finish number 2 in the East behind the Patriots. Miami's gonna
They're going to
finish
finish
last.
third.
I'm already telling you, Miami's gonna finish last. And I'll put a gentleman's bet of $1 right now on it with you live for both of y'all.
Last?
I'll take that
Who's
bet.
got him out finish
Last.
last?
$1. Yes.
I'll take
Miami.
one.
$1.
I'll take the
I'll
Arizona.
take
Arizona
that.
sweet tea.
I'll take the
Arizona
Arizona
sweet tea. I want grape. Y'all know me. I
Okay,
need grape.
mango.
I got it.
Okay.
Two punch.
Man, bet. I'll remember. A gentleman's bet. Both
Okay.
games. Sweep season.
No, no,
Yeah, I
no.
got that.
Okay.
Because it is really dependent on Tua's health. He was
Dude,
absolutely
y'all
right.
depending on another. The only Pro Bowl Alabama quarterback in the NFL is who, Mr. KC?
None of them.
None of them. Okay, so you ain't never heard of Mac Jones. See, that's what I'm saying.
You're
Disrespect.
proving my point.
You said who?
Disrespect.
You said
I
Pro
said
Bowl?
He
the
said
only
Mac Jones.
Pro Bowl
Who? Mac
Alabama quarterback
Jones.
in the NFL is Mac Jones.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts didn't go to the
551
Pro Bowl, but he went to
338
the Super Bowl. I give you
770.
that.
But he was if he didn't go to the Super Bowl, he'd been in the Pro Bowl. Just
We
like
ain't talking about that.
Mahomes.
So hey man, shoulda, coulda.
Mahomes ain't going to a Pro
We
Bowl.
can't live
No,
by
I
the
said
shoulda.
he
That's
was
how Mac
he
Jones
I
was
know,
ends up
I
in
know
the
how
Pro
it goes,
Bowl.
but he wasn't in it. He's an All Pro. I give him that. But I said Pro Bowl. I said it's very
hey,
specific.
all pro is way better than the Pro
Very
Bowl.
specific statement.
Very-
That's what I said. Very specific.
if you spoke again, folks.
Because Jalen Hurts is an All Pro. You'll never hear me say he's not. He
Jalen
benefited
Pro.
from the easiest schedule in NFL history last year.
They did.
I said
He's
straight
still,
benefit. That's why I'm not high on the Eagles this year. Because brother, you shouldn't have been there last year. Stop playing.
he's still a pretty decent quarterback.
No,
I
yeah,
like Jalen
I'm not
Hurts.
taking nothing away from Jalen Hurts.
But the team is not as good as what
Yeah,
you make
at the
it seem,
team
and other
overall.
people in
Yeah.
general. Mr.
It's a,
KC's real high on the Eagles. He
I
got
am.
them
I
going
think it's a
undefeated
Bill
this year.
And I think their defense was highly overrated too last year.
Plenty overrated. He couldn't even get a sack in the Super Bowl. Stop
I
playing.
honestly think if they had a Trevor Lawrence, a Patrick Mahomes,
You
a
see what I'm
Josh
saying?
Allen,
Anybody who didn't go to Alabama.
a Joe Burrow,
You think they would have
You would
won?
have had a fighting
they
chance.
they would have had a
No.
fighter's chance.
Definitely fighting chance.
Okay, yeah,
But you
fighter's
heard what
chance. I'll
AJ
say
Brown
that.
said. He said as soon as he knew they went up 27, he said, I knew we was gonna lose the game. Because
Yeah, bro.
they know how cold Project Pat is.
Man.
You gotta have the prince there to slay the king because he's gonna be the only one to do it someday. It's got to be somebody in the lineage. We know how this thing goes.
That ain't no lie. Like if you look at it,
Yeah.
it ain't no lie. There ain't no lie there.
Mm-mm.
There's a
But like I
lot of
said, we're gonna
truth
see
being spoken
the East is gonna
in these
be
very moments.
interesting. The East is gonna be very interesting, and I really can't wait to see it. But like I said, man, if we have to go to what they say, history is the oldest teacher. Just let me know New England's back coming back to prominence.
Who's winning the South?
The Jaguars, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mm.
Without a shadow of a
Yeah,
doubt. Trevor Lawrence, in
yeah.
my opinion, Mr. K, you have Mr. K. I think Trevor Lawrence, honestly, if he ain't the fourth best quarterback, he's probably the third. But I give Lamar and Joe Burrow respect.
So you
He's
got
better
Jamar.
than Josh Allen. I got him over Josh Allen for sure. If
I'm not
that
taking
was the
him over
confusion
Josh.
on your face,
Not
please.
yet. He's
I'll
close.
take anybody over Phillip Rivers. Stop playing.
Hey, Philip Rivers still was successful.
Yawn. He was a yawn fest. He could get you some regular season doves like no other. Stop playing. He's Aaron Rodgers.
I do have to admit, my favorite comparison in sports is Josh Allen to Philip
And
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, exactly, bro. Cause I'm not lying.
like I'm sitting
I'm
here
not
like,
lying.
dude, the accuracy is crazy right now.
He's Phillip
The
Rivers, bro.
bro, I'm telling you, like we just had a Seahawks fan tell us today, the accuracy of your picks is absolutely ridiculous. It is nuts. It is
This
the
is just real
comparison
life.
is perfect.
It's real life, man. I'm looking, like I said, man. I'm not looking at this. I ain't hating. I'm just looking. I'm giving the thoughts, bro. You're Phillip Rivers. Stop playing.
And
No,
that's what I
Y'all,
had to tell
y'all
the
highly
Seahawks fan.
touted for nothing.
very
Look,
he runs hot.
Yeah, but when he's a roller
It's
coaster, when he's
emotional,
on,
yeah.
he's on.
When
But when he's off, stop playing. Patrick
well,
Mahomes off game, they still leave with a dub, and he probably still threw for 278.
well,
You
in
see,
Trevor Lawrence's defense, his first year
he had
did
Urban
not have a
Meyer.
coaching staff.
That's what I said, bro. That don't count in my mind.
You got to
That's what
erase it.
Urban. It was Urban Meyer, bro. I love Urban Meyer in the college at the college sphere because everybody know I'm an Ohio State fan. College Urban Meyer, I'll rock with him. I pick him every week. He know how to win college games. He know how to win championship in college. But NFL Urban Meyer, he done already showed you before. Like, stop playing. I knew when he went there. I said, bro, so he's trying to play fucking Tim Tebow at tight ends.
That's Nick Saban in the NFL too.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
Nick
I'm
Saban in
saying.
the NFL too.
Dude, exactly.
Absolutely.
That's why. But Nick Saban was smart and he stayed in his realm. That's why the other hard bro ain't came back to the NFL because he know what time it is. He said, "Yeah, shit. My brother got the NFL locked. The Ravens, like I said, bro, they're the most versatile team in the NFL, dude. In all reality, especially when healthy and clicking, bro, they can beat any team any given Sunday.
I'm not gonna lie.
They're the only team I say that about besides Kansas City.
If somebody asked me what team did I had like
That I don't want to see in the playoffs. I don't want to see Baltimore because they dangerous. I don't want
I'm
to
not
see
afraid
it.
of Baltimore.
I'm not afraid.
Cincinnati.
Oh, I'm not afraid of any team. I feel like Pat can beat anybody. But
dude,
that one game, that one day, and it's like
dude. Yes.
any given Sunday type of thing. Like,
It'll
bro,
be Lamar Jackson. Big trust in them.
Lamar,
I'm telling you,
man,
bro. It's just
Lamar,
something about them.
man, yeah.
It's something about
I've got a quick question I need to answer to.
Okay.
How do we feel? How are we feeling about the Kansas City Chiefs without Tony? Because my problem is
He'll
we're
be
looking
ready.
at is MVS as the number one wide receiver, which is the most garbage wide receiving core.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, well, please let me speak on this. Please.
For one, Kadarius Toney will be ready.
Oh, wait.
For two, ain't that why y'all went and got the boy Justin Ross last year? Who's
Justin
killing
Ross
it?
retired.
And the dude,
Wait.
or what's
John Ross.
George,
John
thank
Ross.
you, John.
to your point. Remember, we had this.
I didn't finish my point.
I know, but I'm saying to your point, we had this argument last year. We was like, what I say? I said this. We wouldn't keep him. Remember? I was talking bad about him.
Mm-hmm.
I give him his props. I give him his props.
Right.
He still.
He made the two biggest plays in the Super Bowl.
His legs look like linguine.
I think Kadarius will be cool,
He'll be just fine.
but I think
Training
like I've been like watching little shit from the little training camp or whatever, and like OTL, whatever little shit, whatever. But
Mhm.
I mean, I guess it don't really matter till like they actually get on the field and we can actually see what they can do.
Exactly.
But the guy that we drafted, Rasheed
Your
Rice,
boy Rice.
hey, he looked nice. I can't even cap on his name. Like he looked nice. Usually I'll be kind of reserved like with rookie receivers, like
That's why I said the Scott Moore project over.
yeah, but he looking like
No, he's gonna step up. He's gonna be that guy this year. Trust me. Scott Moore's gonna be that guy this year.
Kadarius Toney
No,
played
it's not.
less games.
See, he
had
gotta
more
learn
touchdowns.
You don't think so?
than
You don't think so?
Mhm.
he got
He's
like
gonna be
not
that
it.
guy. He's gonna be that guy. Trust me.
I think
Mark my words. Sky
We've
Moore is
marked
gonna
him.
be that guard.
We've marked him.
hey, if
He's gonna be the guy.
Scott Moore learn how to like run the routes correctly, like I think he'll be good.
Mhm.
He put
Bro,
to some very compromising positions last year because he didn't run
Him and
routes
Everett.
correctly.
the Indianapolis game, 2 punts. But he's gonna be that guy this year. Trust me. Like
I think
you got to grow out of that.
But-
He grew out of that cocoon shell.
this is the biggest problem with Chiefs fans and Andy Reid fans is we fail to realize that Andy Reid cannot develop a wide receiver.
Oh, he
He has
failed to
Jeremy
realize it. I
Maclin,
know it. Besides Macklin.
Hill, and
No,
Jackson.
Yeah, Macklin, Hill, and Jackson.
He's drafted 22 wide receivers. Look at Hardman. Wasn't Hardman supposed to work out? What happened to
I
that?
didn't think that would work
What
out.
happened?
That was
What
either.
happened to
That's the
Demarcus
Brett
Robinson?
I think that's the Brett Veach situation. Brett Veach making them picks.
Mhm.
And you know, I ain't been a fan of him picks until recently. He's picked a lot of dudes who ain't never panned out for us. Breeden
Yeah.
Speaks is
There's
always the
been a
first
lot.
one to come to my mind.
Yeah, right. Man,
Dude from Clemson, half the people he got from Clemson, the Cornell Powell, who's the linebacker / safety.
I'm weak because Cornell Powell on the team right now.
Exactly.
Ain't
you
never
know
seen
the
him in
last
NFL
wide
game.
receiver to
But
get
you let
paid.
go of Chris Conley. Like I said,
What
not
happened
even
to
think-
Chris Conley?
He ain't did nothing
He's a free
since he
agent now.
left.
He's a free agent now. He had his 2 years with the Bears. It's done.
And it was the Jaguars. He went to Jaguars too.
Yeah.
Oh, did they trade him to the Jags? I didn't know that.
And he didn't do nothing there.
But this is what I think. I think like with the system that we run, as long as Kelsey is there, I think wide receiver can be plug and play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
there's the problem with the
Kel-
Kelsey argument is you still need a wide receiver too. So when the Chiefs had Hill and Watson, that actually gave you
Who's
3
Watson?
wide receiver options.
Justin.
Sammy.
Kind of
Talking about
like
Justin
what
Watson?
Cincinnati's running.
Wait.
Sammy Watson.
Sammy Watson.
Dude,
Sammy,
stop.
sorry.
Okay.
Watkins.
That's
Watkins.
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
And secondly,
Watkins, sorry.
are you kidding me?
I might
That
be a
dude didn't
few
even- He
four
played,
roads.
thank you. I
Pretty
look, he
good.
played
Ah.
5
Is
games.
he back with Baltimore?
That's perfect.
Dude, he's trash.
Is he back with
I don't
Baltimore?
care
Who's
where
he with now? He's
He
He's
was
trash.
with
He was
he was
trash
actually
here.
with the
Green
Packers
Bay.
last year.
Yeah, he
You're right.
was with Green Bay.
Trash here. No, that was the year before. He went to Baltimore after. He went to
Oh yeah, he
Baltimore.
went to the Baltimore last year.
Yeah,
He's made
he
a
went to
career.
Baltimore.
He's made a career. He's got money every place he's went.
And I don't know how people kept paying this dude.
Well, out of
was
it South Carolina? He came out.
He could block really good. He was a good blocker.
6 games out the season.
Well, my dude had one fire game.
He might as well be Melvin Gordon, another dude who rode our bench or roster just for a chip. No,
He
he
did
didn't
more
do
than
that.
Hey,
Sammy
at least
Watkins-
he admitted it.
Sammy
And that's
Watkins.
why I would have signed him back. At least he G.
Yeah, he did keep that shit 100.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think. I think that as long as because Kelsey's gonna be the number 1 receiver, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think as long as he's there, I think they can spread it around.
Yeah, that's all they're going to keep doing. Somebody's
I
going to
mean,
be up. Maybe.
Yes and no. The problem is you still need a number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last year,
We got a number 2.
Tony,
Got a
if
number
he's
2.
healthy,
He's going to be healthy. And then,
Oh Lord.
and then after that, we're going to have The boy Rasheed Rice.
Uh-oh.
And I feel like he's an upgrade over Juju.
And
Yes,
then, hold on. I don't feel like that.
Hold on.
Juju a champion.
Hold on 1 second.
Juju
folks.
is a champion.
And he was clutch.
Let me get
But
1 second.
That's why New England gonna be
I got
better.
you. Got you.
Go ahead.
Full roses, small batch. We just noticed the second pour for Do with the Beard.
Yeah, I
so
finally
you
got
know.
to it, y'all. It took a long time, but I finally
Nephew, what's up, nephew?
And people watching live might be confused, but
What's
I
up,
am
nephew?
gonna snip this all into one video.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Let's get that on there. So this will be all in one video for the whiskey review. And so there might be a little confusion why you might see random things pop up like Paul Drunk's episode number 2, or you might see like a little 4 Roses small batch, which is what we're drinking. Well, a little Remy in this glass. And we're going to give you a reminder to bet MGM Sports.
For all the sporting events this evening, your future sports event endeavors will have more picks, more money to be made. You can clean up like we cleaned up. Why not?
It's all we're saying.
It's for the people.
Let's see what's cracking.
So you guys aren't very nervous about Tony missing a few weeks, I suppose.
No, I'm not worried about Kadarius Thompson.
Not at all.
I am.
Health system, he'll be fine.
I am. I'm like Captain Team worried. I'm like, hey, we can't go into the season with MVS as the number 1 wide receiver.
How come we can't?
It's criminal to Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, Patrick Mahomes has shown that you can get there. He's Keanu Reeves. Bring me the replacements. We're going. Stop playing. If he ain't Tom Brady Jr., he's plug and play. I don't care who out there. Can you catch? Okay. I'll put it right where it needs to be.
I mean,
we already saw
an argument for that.
You know what I'm saying? Rasheed Rice will be fine. I really think the roster is going to come on. And then Justin Watson, dude.
I think he's going to make the roster. I need to stop saying that.
He's making the roster.
You said
because
who?
I have been
Justin
saying
Watson.
if he has been making the roster for a month now, at least, maybe even a year.
Yeah,
you know,
because he's gonna cost money to let him go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not much, but I mean, we really don't have money like that right now.
Right, but we got enough people on the books. We'll be fine for the next few years.
What about Chris? Let's bring up the biggest concern for me. What about Chris Stone Cold Jones?
I'll go last. You go first, Mr. Casey.
Please let me go. Look, okay.
Thomas, you go first.
I love him. I love him to death. Love Chris Jones to death. But at the same time,
say what I'm gonna say.
At the same time, bro, I'm not worried about him leaving. Like same thing with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was probably arguably one of the best offensive players before he left us. Chris Jones,
the most dangerous man in the NFL.
Exactly. Chris Jones, don't get me wrong, bro. This one man is not going to win a Super Bowl. This one man is not going to win a Super Bowl. So for him, like you still in the contract, and you're still one of the highest paid defensive linemen of ever.
Man,
it's like all right, get it. All right, I'm not going to tell you get us another Super Bowl. I don't care. Don't get us another Super Bowl. What you're demanding is absurd. Like, bro, if you want to be a chief for life, be a chief. But I'm not mad at you for being young business wise. Like, I'm not mad at you. At the same time, like I said, it's just like we don't need this drama. No drama. You want to stay here? You want to play here? What do you want to do? You know?
Well, in fairness, there's always been drama around Chris Jones. He's always wanted to get paid. He always wanted to get paid as the top tier of his talent.
Exactly.
You're not. He's the only person on this defensive line or defense, excuse me, that is really proven. It is a criminal
Well, no, I wouldn't say
capacity.
proven.
I just want to know. I just want to know
Snead
what
and Bolton
defensive
and
man won their Super Bowl. Like,
dude, no, finish your point, Mr. Casey, and then I'm gonna go. And then I'm gonna let Uriel go. You finish your point, Mr. Casey.
I think it's criminal not to have Chris Jones. He's the only person on the defense that has proven he's worth the fucking money. If you look at defensive tackles throughout the league, you can name 2 to 5 that are worth paying. Just similar to quarterback. That's
I think that's
fucking
Super Bowls.
Christopher Jones. Christopher fucking Stone Cold Jones. This
How many?
motherfucker is a monster. Would you not pay Aaron Donald? I'd pay Aaron Donald.
Wait, what you say?
Just
Well,
like I'd pay
okay. If that's the question,
Christopher
we can
Jones.
retort. I would pay Aaron Donald because Aaron Donald gets sacks and disrupts defenses consistently. Chris Jones is not on Aaron Donald level. Even
He
with
is.
the 15 sacks he got last year, you know how long it took him to get that, and then how long it took him to get sacked in the playoffs.
First time
For the
ever.
first time ever. How many times we done been? Dude, you can't convince me.
That's his first time ever getting 15 out of his sack.
You
First
can't
time ever.
convince me. Aaron Donald does that in his sleep every year. I'd
And
pay Aaron Donald. If I could give Chris Jones up right now for Aaron Donald, please, goodbye.
And I think the problem is y'all forgetting that Aaron Donalds and Chris Jones are the only defensive tackles you're talking
Quentin
about
Williams?
in this conversation.
Quentin Williams.
They're the only
There's a lot
defensive
of
tackles
good
in the league. But they're only defensive tackles in the league. Like, the same way Aaron Donald came up, the same way Chris Jones came up.
Exactly.
There's
new. We'll talk about that more
talent.
later, T.
I'm not saying that.
They're not seeing it like this.
Mr. Gracie, trust me, I'm not saying that they're going to be equivalent to these guys. All I'm saying is that the same way Chris Jones came up and the same way Aaron Donald came up is that there's new talent every day in the NFL. There's new talent. It's just
name me the other Kansas City Chiefs talent that is putting up sack numbers like Chris Jones.
You got me. He
led the league. Not the league. He led our team last year for the sacks for the first time since when?
Karloftis
as a defensive fucking tackle.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does it mean? It means that sacks are supposed to come from fucking defensive ends, from fucking linebackers, from safeties. It's supposed to come from anywhere but
all
the
these
fucking
dudes have taught us that. Sacks come from anywhere on the D line, wherever you can get the most explosion and pressure.
He has more fucking sacks.
Let me finish. The reason why he got 15 and a half fucking sacks is because Frank Clark and other niggas on the edge couldn't close, but they pushed it one way where Chris Jones had to be there to make the play.
The only motherfucker.
When you push the fucking sack into another man, he better tackle it.
You better add up all the other fucking defensive tackles, defensive ends, defensive linebackers.
It'll be more than what Chris Jones got. It'll be more than what he got. It'll be more than what he got if I had all of them. It'll be more than what he got. You can remember, he only got 15 and a half.
He only got 15 and a half. And it's
Thank you. I'm going to say that's what's like going already. Frank Clark got his little bit, and then Caleb stop playing. It'll be more.
Out here.
Only one with double digits.
It'll be more.
Hold on. Okay, so
that's the only fact you said.
I guess I gotta be the because what is 2-1.
No. I'm with both my brothers.
Oh, okay.
But you can be the regulator. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying I see the point. I ain't even gave my
what's it called? What's it called? The mediator.
Because like I can see both sides of it. Because I do agree that like $30 million is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that handicaps the team. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
A little
I'd
bit.
have gave Tyreek Hill $30 million before Chris Jones.
And you see what we did after that.
I don't know about that. And the reason why I say that is because The reason why the defense works is because of Chris Jones.
Nick
thoroughly
Bowden.
disagree on
Nick, hey, and
that.
we think
I
that Drew
do.
Tranquil.
Thank you. I think it's
Hey,
gonna
hold
be
on. Let
What?
me finish. Let me finish.
Finish.
Okay, my bad, bro. My bad.
Because Nick Bowden is a beast. But I learned this early about Ray Lewis early in his career too. If it wasn't for Sam Adams and Tony Siragusa eating up them double teams,
Rest in peace, Tony
some,
Siragusa.
some of them tackle for loss wouldn't be there.
A little bit more. One
Everything
shot.
starts for our
Around
defense
Chris
up
Jones.
front, bro. Like everything starts up front with our defense.
That's it, brother.
Straightest
Our
line.
linebacker crew is solid. Our linebacker. That's why we was
Bro,
able to play.
we probably got the best linebacking core
bro.
ever.
Listen. That's why we was able to play 4 rookies, bro. Because outside of the Eagles, nobody else in the league could get pressure like us. It starts up front. You get pressure up front, you know what I'm saying? It helps everything else on the back end. If I play DB, I know this. I ain't gonna be biased.
That's why you
I
my
know.
guy. You know.
Everything starts up front, bro. So like, though I wouldn't give him 30 million, I would not give Chris Jones 30 million, but
No,
I
bro.
would put him in the
27,
25, 27 range,
Hey,
27, 20. I'll put him around there. I would do that.
He's the best defensive tackle in the league
Man, my Drake over.
today.
He should have put some.
You say he's the what?
He's
He's
the best defensive tackle in the league.
right
Who is?
Right
Aaron
now.
Right now, Chris Jones is.
He's the third.
Third?
Yeah.
Aaron Donald and Quentin Williams.
The nigga on the Eagles.
Nah, you said Quentin. You said Quentin Williams.
Yes, he'll play for the Jets.
What did he do last year?
He did good.
He did phenomenal.
He did good.
Well,
He
I'm
did
saying
great.
that
He did
had
great.
more
And
sacks than Chris.
you got to remember, he's a rookie.
He did great.
Yeah, and you gotta look at him though too.
I got to look at a dude who's
Hey,
played 9 years.
hold on. He got studs around him though.
Studs.
Bro,
Yeah,
Mosley, CJ Mosley.
He's in a similar. I'd say he's in a similar Chris Jones state in a
Bro,
situation.
so y'all think what linebacker do y'all think that we got is better than CJ Mosley?
No, it's the microphone. To your left.
Yeah, he's definitely not better than Chris Jones.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Quentin Williams ain't better than Chris Jones, bro.
He's not. He's just not. Chris Jones is.
Hey, and I will
absolute
give
best.
you this. I will give you this. I will give you this. Chris Jones, like he remind me of like Randy Moss, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like when you talk about at their position, bar none, like
top. Cream of the crop.
They play when they want to though.
You know who?
Chris
Jones
Jones,
shows up
like,
every fucking play.
Chris
times like,
Jones
bro,
ain't about to break us. He's not about to break us.
He
it's
really
times
is.
where I'm like, dude, where is he?
No,
It's times where he does.
We cool without
games.
Chris Jones came up like we had somebody else.
There are times where Chris Jones disappears in games.
Very much so.
He plays when he wants to.
When he plays when he wants to, that's to me, that's looking at defensive tackle position as it's usually fucking looked at.
Hey,
you better ask Warren Sapp.
You just won a Super Bowl. Why are you complaining? Like you're not broke. You're not. I mean, I get the money aspect. You're not broke.
Get to my point.
Because
you play with hold on, Mr. Casey. You play with the 2 greatest skill players in the NFL who are considerably underpaid. If you want to talk about as far as making money, you want top dollar pay without providing top dollar performance.
Exactly.
And that's the problem that I have. If Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are making the most money in the motherfucking NFL, what makes Chris Jones, a dude who just now got his first few career playoff sacks, have the fucking audacity to ask for $30 million?
You cooking? You cooking right now, bro.
Hold on.
Are you kidding?
Hold on.
You
The
cooking.
reason, let me explain why.
I can't even. Hey, you cooking.
Chris Jones, defense lawyer, right here. Listen, the reason is because after the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has a career. After the NFL, Travis Kelce
So you're
has
talking
a
about personal
career.
choices.
Fucking
Pat
Chris
endorsements
Jones
that he ain't
is
getting.
not.
Pat's
His
gonna have
defensive
career.
tackle
He has every
is not a
Hey, hold on. I can
highlighted
see Chris
position.
Jones being like Swagoo.
He
Man,
doesn't have the millions of dollars in endorsements that Mahomes or Kelsey is getting.
Ooh, you right. Patty's
Hey,
gonna have
you want to
but
know
career,
why?
bro.
He's got to
'Cause
make
he ain't
every
put himself-
fucking dollar he
You
can.
want to know why? Because he ain't played good enough as them two to put himself into being a marketable position. Aaron Donald in commercials.
damn.
Good night.
Good night.
Damn it.
Actually,
My favorite saying.
Actually, I
Good
would say,
night.
hold on 1 second. Excuse me 1 second. 1 second here, folks. We do make commercials. It is for Bet MGM Sports. We are
Do
sponsored
it.
for today's episode. Click the
Hey,
link in the
a little bit more.
description
Just a little bit.
and
I don't know.
join up for Bet MGM Sports. But I would say we are fucking sponsored, and it costs a whole lot less than Chris Jones. Is all I'm saying.
Man.
Thank you.
But I do, man. I actually do think that they'll get a deal done.
I hope so.
I
Because
think,
I'd rather have him than
I hope
not.
so.
But there's
Yeah.
plenty of reason not to give this man $30 million.
yeah, like 30 million.
He's
yeah,
tripping.
like that's, and the only reason why I say like, bro, because that literally handicaps the team, bro. Like,
It's going cost. It's what it costs for
but
a defensive tackle.
yeah, but like at what cost? Then you give up the defensive tackle. Then you come around. You
I'll
got
settle for not having a
Creed
top
Humphrey.
5 or top
Exactly.
Hold on.
But
Creed,
we
hold
will
on,
be okay.
hold on. You got
Okay, my bad.
You got Creed Humphrey contract.
Great.
coming up.
Nick Bolton.
You got Nick Bolton.
Bolton.
You got L'Jarius
Me.
Sneed. You got what's my guy?
Trey Smith.
Trey
You got
Smith.
everybody on the line.
You gotta pay the line.
Hey,
You gotta pay them guys
And
because
they
we
the
saw
best in
what
the
happens
league.
if we
Playing
don't.
better than Chris Jones already.
Nick Bolton
Chris
is the
Jones,
only
they
name
wasn't
you
on
said.
All-Pro.
Nick Bolton
They
is the only
first
name you
years
said.
like these offensive rookies.
Pay Nick Bolton. Pay Nick Bolton.
I'm paying Smith as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably fucking Creed
Yeah.
Humphrey.
And Creed
But
Humphrey,
he's
I'm
probably
paying my
clear.
Yeah,
lineman, man.
Creed, Nick Bolton. You gotta pay those folks. You
He's a
gotta.
new
You
I
gotta.
fucking-
Wigman.
I'm a Trey Smith fan. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna fucking lie.
Hey,
I want to
that
pay
dude
him.
right there,
He's a nasty. He's the
bro, he's
nastiest
so
motherfucker
nasty,
we
bro.
got.
Hey, and I don't know who I was talking to. I don't know if me and you was talking about that dude with the beard. I don't know if we was talking about this one time, but I was like, bro, we don't have no. This was before we went on a little. I'm like, bro, we don't really have no nasty players, bro. Like we
No
have
dog.
a lot of great players, but they're really
So
nice
nasty.
guys. We don't have those great players that is like I'm trying to knock somebody's teeth out every play. Like people that are like not necessarily dirty players, but like those players that's like they gonna get after it.
Mm-hmm.
We
Trey
didn't have those
Smith.
kind of guys before.
Trey Smith is the kind of guy to go to church on Sunday and take your fucking wallet on Monday.
I'm trying
This
to
is
tell
what
you.
it is.
Well, he'll
After
probably do
church.
it Sunday night.
I'm about to thank you. Know what I'm saying? After church, y'all walking out of motherfucking whatever buffet you walking out of. He's in the parking lot. Hey, fam, what time is it? You look up there at your watch, all of a sudden his hand in your pocket. Nigga, good
In your
night.
fucking pocket. And what you gonna do about it, really?
What you gonna do about it?
Tuck in your fucking chain? That's all you're fucking doing.
Nothing.
That's all you look. That's all I'm doing, and I got a gun. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't doing nothing. He said,
Fuck
"You owe
it.
me some money too." Hell no, but here you go.
But here you go.
Yeah,
I know, but here you go. Can I go home?
Yeah.
But like I said, man, we'll see what happens. Well, I hope there's a deal that's worked out. I really do. So I'd rather have him than not have him.
well, we know he'll
But
be.
we'll be
Well,
fine
we
with
don't
that.
know that for sure, but hopefully he'll be here at least for the year.
Yeah.
We
We'll
can
take
go
this
ahead
last year and then
and
let
go
him
ahead
go.
and go ahead and two-peat, and then you can do what you're gonna do, brother.
If Daniel Jones, no,
Look, no, this is fucking
No.
factual. This is from a fucking Giants fan.
No. Vanilla Vic
Hey,
deserves that. And
No.
Daniel Jones, dude, we talking about it like, bro. We talking about like the face of the franchise here.
That's what I'm saying. We talking about a
Like
dude who's getting hit
somebody
every
just
play.
have to. He not only that, he has to carry the weight of every loss.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Even when the defense loses a game for him,
Exactly. Everybody,
he's got to
he
be the
should have
one
threw
that
another
stand up
touchdown.
there and take that.
Exactly. It starts with me and da. No, Chris Jones ain't worth that. And Teach, you my guy. I'm surprised you said that. That's the Skip
No,
Bayless remark if I've ever
that is
seen it.
because Teach is factual and out
No,
here fucking trying to
no.
teach
This,
people.
Hey, I'm
no,
about to
this is
say,
a Bayless.
can I?
This is a Bayless statement.
Hey,
This is not a
okay,
fucking
so
Bayless
This is a
statement.
Bayless
What you
statement.
said was a Bayless
This
statement.
is a Bayless statement.
if am I kind of like out there for saying that I really don't see any defensive player being worth $30 million?
Man,
Well, that's
for
because
what?
you're just thinking of like, fuck, that's $30 million, and not that we have
What are you
a
doing? You over there
couple
toe back?
$100 million to spend.
But we don't.
That is what the salary cap comes out to be. It comes out to be you either got to pay fucking Chris Jones or you're not paying him, and he's the only fucking guy in the whole defense I'm really about to pay. If you list Chris Bolton or Nick Bolton, Snead, look, the Chiefs have proven one fucking thing: they can get a cornerback. What they haven't
I
proven,
don't know about that because a lot of these corners that we've had previously ain't lived up to what Jerry Sneed done. He's the only corner I
undrafted
seen we
free
had.
agent.
Yeah, he's the only corner I seen in years that we had that who could tackle. Anytime we ever took a corner higher and touted Marcus Peters, soft ass, 2-hand touch, like
Hey,
only can play a
he
certain
was.
position. Bro, stop playing, man.
I need a drink
We
before
not
we
finna,
get into
we
that
not gonna
discussion.
disrespect my boy like that, bro.
Man,
Because
Yeah,
my
you ain't
please.
man was.
disrespect.
I'm talking
He the
about
You
he
ain't
soft,
was.
disrespected
Hey,
Marcus.
please,
he wasn't tackling nobody, but he was
please.
getting that ball back for the offense like nobody. Like
Man,
we ain't
please.
seen nobody. We hadn't seen a ball hawk like that.
This is what tells you. What do you mean? Because he ain't done none of that since he left KC. Where's the Hawking at?
He balled out
No,
and
he
Ball his
didn't.
first
We
year
can
in
look at
he did
Baltimore
we can
before he
okay.
look at
got hurt.
no.
He did
Because
ball
we
his
look.
first year in Baltimore
I'm
before he
glad you
got
said
hurt.
that. I'll pull up the numbers because I've argued with somebody about this, and I'm about to show you he didn't do nothing. Because that's all scheme. He's a scheme baby,
The
just like
scheme of
Ty
what?
Law,
Fucking
just
Bob
like.
Sutton? Bob Sutton scheme?
And that's what I'm saying. Your best years is under Bob Sutton. You ain't doing nothing but proving my point.
Bob Sutton was trash though.
Man, and you ain't doing
I
nothing but
hate
proving my
fucking
point.
But
proving
if
points.
Bob was able to excel in the trash with a trash coach,
Now
what does that say about me?
Now you know I fucking hate proving points.
What does it say
now,
about
baby.
you when you leave him and you go to John Harbaugh and them in Baltimore and you don't do nothing?
But
And
he
then you
like
go
if
after
we
that,
being
then you go
honest, bro,
you went to LA first. And then you
he
went there.
balled out in LA.
He didn't ball out.
He
did
did.
ball out.
He
Jalen
had
Ramsey.
two.
Bro, I'm glad
He
I'm so
picked
glad
Pat
you're
off.
saying
Yeah,
that.
he did.
Shit,
What that mean?
he picked us off to end the game.
So we giving him to
Hey,
Josh
actually,
Allen. We giving him to Josh
hold
Allen. He
on,
beat
hold on.
Pat.
Actually, he ended a
So we
couple of
gotta
games
elevate him.
Hold on.
then when he got traded from the Rams to the Ravens, he made the Rams pay for it.
Hold on.
What do you mean, man? Pay for it? He had 3
He ended
interceptions.
that game with a
He
pick.
had 3 interceptions with the Rams when he first went there. 2 the next year. 3 in Baltimore. 3 in Baltimore again, and then 1 in 22 in Baltimore.
And how many of those years in Baltimore have he been hurt?
I don't know. You got to tell
Damn
me.
near all of them, but the first.
And that makes my
ain't no
point even
excuse.
more because the
That
best
ain't no excuse.
availability
Yeah.
is availability.
I get that. I get that.
I'm not
aspect of it.
availability excuse guy. That
I
ain't
wanna.
that.
Oh,
I'm
Teach,
a
I just seen
Marcus
your
Peters
comment.
fan, but I won't give an excuse.
Dude,
for
I started
anybody.
the hashtag for trade Marcus Peters right after the trade.
Mark, if the Chiefs would have kept Marcus Peters, Mahomes would have 3 rings. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
We wouldn't have to worry about a D Ford offsides if Patrick Mahomes. You're muted. I can't hear you.
yeah, we can't hear you. That's how you know it's some BS.
That's how you know.
No,
Even the
I have
mic
my
knew.
microphone on mute because he just
The
changed all the
microphone knew.
settings. He just changed all the
He
settings.
said the Lord
So-
works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you niggas are tripping. Because Marcus Peters ain't had no picks nowhere. He done had fucking 3 in LA in 2018, 2 the next year, 3 the next year in Baltimore, 3 again and then 1. Talking about what is he doing? Stop playing. Secondly, talking about let me just channel
right.
my chi. Let me just
We
channel
need-
my chi. Stop
let's-
playing.
Name a
Just
corner that
stop
we've
playing.
had that was better than Marcus.
LeJarry Sneed.
He was not better than Marcus Peters.
Bro, like this
But
nigga,
Jerry
what do he
Sneed
get?
was
Like
not
1 pick
fucking
a
better
year?
than- Yeah,
Sneed?
and a couple
One
sacks
pick a year?
LeJarry
and 3
Sneed?
sacks. Sneed
Hey,
was
and
a
let
pick a
we
year.
being
And
for
I'm
real.
sure,
Hey,
he has, and I'm sure he
if
has
we
more
not
tackles
okay,
than
and we're
Marcus
not gonna
Peters
be
too.
biased either. Like I ain't gonna lie, Marcus Peters. Like,
Okay, here we go.
like,
Because LeJarry Sneed, remember, only been playing 3 years. 2020 first year, 3 picks.
three,
Second year, 2 picks. Third year,
2,
3 picks.
3, 3, 2, 3. Nigga, Marcus Peters had that in his first 2. What are you talking about?
Where
Yep.
are you missing the
I'm pretty
comparison?
sure you're
Let me
right
go
there,
back.
actually.
Let me go back.
Pretty sure you're right there, actually.
Let me
And
go back.
Mahomes would have 3 rings. We wouldn't be talking about
got
D4
8
I would
picks
have,
offside.
first of all,
was still on the team.
first of all, he wouldn't have. First of all, Marcus Peters in his first year back in 2015. I thought you was talking about the LA years. If you talking about his first few years, like I said, that go back to Bob Sutton's scheme, the best years of his life. So
That's
what
all
are
he
we
played
talking
with the
about?
Chiefs.
So what are we
That's all
talking
he
about?
But we
And
talking
then
about you
secondly-
comparing. You said his first
I said
3 years.
right. So
I'm
when
comparing his first 3 years. I said he had more picks in his first year than LeJarius has had in 3.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
All right, hold on.
Okay,
That's
fine. So we're living in the past. Because
Yeah,
No,
when
we were
let's get off
going.
no.
We were
Because
going
I was
first
muted.
3
I was
years.
muted when I said a lot of shit. Because when LeJarry Sneed came into the league, all of his numbers are better than Marcus Peters on the interception ratio.
How many
We're talking
interceptions did he have the
recently.
first year? You said 3. How many interceptions did Marcus Peters have his rookie year?
8. He did.
He had
Right.
8
And it's
in
proving
3
my
years.
You're
Does
proving
Snead
my
have
point.
83
You're
years?
proving my point.
Yes.
He got 8 picks in one season bet. He ain't got no tackles, no sacks, no none of that. He didn't
He
get his
wasn't
first
asked.
career. He didn't get his first sack until 2020. So
He
when you talk
wasn't
about
asked
who's
to
a better
blitz.
player,
He
bro,
wasn't
you're
asked to
crazy.
blitz, bro.
He wasn't asked to blitz because he can't do it.
No, that was scheme. Bob Sutton wasn't doing that.
You
We
telling
have
me
a
Marcus
whole
Peters-
different D
you-
coordinator
can
who's
Marcus Peters
doing that.
tackle? Can Marcus Peters tackle?
I wouldn't say he could.
Okay, then. So we're done talking about it. That's why he's not asked to go get a sack because he can't fucking tackle.
He's asked to
What are
cover
you
because
talking
that's what he
about?
do. Go
No,
get me the ball back.
He's a zone coverage dude that get beats any other time. He was only good. He only had 8 interceptions one time under Bob Sutton. All his best years are under Bob Sutton. He done went to all these teams, better defenses,
so
and had mediocre stats.
So we can say the same thing about LeJarry Sneed. We can
No,
say
we
he's a
can't.
system corner.
Because his first
If he
3
goes,
years, if you consider all the stats, is better than what Marcus Peters done. Do you want 8 picks versus 4 picks, fucking 5 sacks, and motherfucking 20 more tackles than this nigga offer? Or do you
it
want
depends
the 8
on
picks?
what my defense looks like.
That's pretty fucking close. I'm
Are you
not have to
It depends on what my defense looks
insane.
like. I might not
close.
need Deion Sanders. Don't got all them
That's
tackles
insane.
either, and he's the
Huh?
greatest of all fucking time, and he couldn't tackle shit.
Is he the greatest corner of all time?
Yes, who's greater than Deion?
Hey,
A lot.
a lot of people leave that up to
Man,
me.
I'm
I think Chris
gone, bro.
McAllister
I'm
better.
gone. Hey, y'all got
You can be gone.
bro. Who's better
Opinions
than
are
Bob,
heavy.
bro?
Opinions are
Shut
heavy,
down
and
the
you
whole.
can chase people
I'll take
off when their
Daryl
opinions
Revis
don't
over
like.
him.
Bro, there's
Revis,
a lot of people.
Revis, he was getting burnt by the Randy Moss
Who?
in his last year. One-handed catches. What are you talking about? Randy never did that to Deion, and
And
Deion
Bailey
was hurt.
is better than Deion Sanders, and he's a Bronco. I didn't even want to say it because I hate the Broncos that
Who?
much. Champ Bailey, are you kidding me?
Never.
To the wide corner.
Never.
You should go because you're
Never.
clearly tripping now. We'll see
Never.
you later, Uriel.
Never.
We'll
Who
see you
did
later.
Champ Bailey guard?
We'll see.
That was up there with the people that
night.
Deion was holding.
Good
the
night.
greatest.
We'll see
Jerry
you
Rice,
later.
T.O.'s,
We'll see
Randy
you
Moss.
later.
They wasn't dealing with none of them, bro.
Champ Bailey ain't never played T. Moss.
I said he never played Rice.
Huh?
He never played Rice.
Never played Chris Carter.
Wasn't the motherfucker on the same team with Jerry Rice? When did he play Jerry Rice besides out of practice?
Who you
Stop
talking
playing.
about?
You
Deion?
yeah.
He was on the Falcons playing against Jerry Rice. He was on the
Man,
Cowboys playing against
Deion,
Jerry Rice. What are you talking about?
What was they doing?
Look,
Nothing.
I'm a
Stop
Deion
Stop
Sanders.
dogging him. What are you talking about?
I'm a Deion Sanders fan, but part of what made him so great is he was a two-way player, not that he was the greatest cornerback of all
He was
time.
a shutdown corner, bro. He shut down
He's
one
talking about
whole
Champ
side
Bailey.
of the field, bro.
He did
Not
But
just one side. It didn't matter what side he went to. It was shut down. Not
Right, he's
like
talking about
Reeves
Champ
who played
Bailey.
one side of the field.
I ain't even said him. I'm talking about Champ Bailey. I don't know
I'd
what
still
you're
take
talking
Revis over
I
fucking.
put Champ Bailey at number 2. Champ Bailey is my
about.
the second
Hell
best.
no.
I'd probably still take Champ Bailey over Deion as just.
Never.
Any day.
If
Never.
you're
Y'all
just
smoking
talking
Sherm.
about cornerback,
Who's smoking shirt? You ain't even. You
not
don't even
full
know this
career.
man. Yeah. Anyway,
If you don't put the full picture in,
I'm trying to tell you.
Full
That
career.
you're
cut off
talking
the
about the
highlights.
position. Part of what made Deion was so great was he was great at corner.
Let me know when any of them niggas y'all name come back at 37 years old and get 4 picks.
It don't matter. What do you mean?
We
Champ
gotta
Bailey
wait till
didn't
the
have to come back
37
at
and not
37
missing
because
the toe.
his career was longevity. What are you talking about?
Deion retired because he wanted to, came back. What are you talking about? Because he still could at 37.
Champ Bailey didn't have to retire. You make that seem like it's a fucking feat. It's not a feat.
I said he came back at 37 because he could. I said which one of them can do that?
Champ Bailey. What I'm saying is Champ Bailey didn't have
to. If he could, he
would
have. He couldn't.
What are you talking about? He played. You don't know how long he played. You just trying to argue to be arguing.
No, I said if he could have, he would have. How old was he when he stopped playing? He wasn't 37.
When Champ Bailey, okay, let me look up how old he was.
All right, hold on. We need to talk about this subject for just a moment. We did have a comment. It is, I want to know Beard's opinions on Sean McDermott's hanging up a picture.
He was 36 when he retired.
36. And what he doing this last year?
Oh, okay. So now Bills, it's compound now.
I'm asking because I just told you what
longevity.
Deion did in his last year.
What
and
he
didn't play a full season either.
He said he had 4 picks.
And he didn't play a full season.
Let me just look up Champ Bailey's stats and see what he did.
Oh, and was on kick return.
Well, if teachers just wondering, I would say.
I want to know Beard's thoughts on Sean McDermott hanging up a picture of Lombardi Trophy on the practice field to help motivate the Bills.
It don't matter.
Phillip Rivers is there. It don't matter what you do. What are we talking about?
I think the biggest thing about it is that Sean McDermott is actually on the hot seat.
Yep.
Because any coach combination, any coach quarterback combination,
he only had 2 picks.
For 5 years
Deion.
and has not made the Super Bowl, has never made the Super Bowl.
Man.
So I would say that if Sean McDermott
Hey,
doesn't motivate Josh Allen to magically make him to the Super Bowl, he deserves to be fired and never a head coach again.
Hey, y'all know what's crazy? So Nick Wright kind of brought up this thing, and it's called like the divisional round curse. So like every team that's played the Chiefs and lost in the divisional round, like they was like a team that was like on the rise, supposed to bubble like contenders. And then they lost to the Chiefs in the divisional round. And every year after that, they got worse until they weren't a contender anymore. So I think it started with the Colts. And then it went to the Texans. And then I think it was Cleveland. And then who was last year in the divisional round? The Jags. So hope not.
Yeah,
hopefully not the Jags.
No,
but Buffalo was like that the year when we won the Super Bowl. When we played Buffalo or whatever in the divisional round. And so he brought that up, like basically saying like they the next team to join that list. I already felt like that. Like once they lost in the playoffs last year, I was like, they win over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm one of the few people in America who never felt like they had it in general. So I'm just to the point like it's the fucking Bills. Like why are we even talking about it? Like do I not remember 20 years of fucking football? Or 25 years of it's the fucking Bills.
Let's go. Let's
that's how
fucking
I
Yeah.
feel
Are you
about.
kidding me?
That's how I feel
Hang up
about.
a picture of Kobe. You have a better chance.
That's how I feel about the Bengals.
Huh?
That's how I feel about the. I feel about the Chargers. That's how I feel about the Bengals. Like
I'm a little
certain
more
teams
positive.
are going.
And my statement on the Bengals are gonna bingle. That's my phrase. The
Those
Bengals are
the
gonna
Cowboys,
bingle,
like there's just certain teams that like
dude.
they're gonna do their thing in the regular season. They gonna make for good TV. It's gonna be entertaining. It's
It's gonna
gonna
be
the
lovely,
storylines is gonna be all that,
fantastic,
and
fantastic.
they gonna get to where
They
it all
always get.
come, and it's gonna end.
Thanos snap. Thank you. And that's all I'm saying. Because we the only team I've seen in the years who's finally transcended that whole stigma.
Man,
And I don't see no other team doing that because you ain't got the talent to do it.
I'm
and
gonna
not
breathe
only that,
quick to this a bit
they
for a second.
adopted the formula. So like if you notice teams with dynasties in the NFL, you got and that's just at the time. You got the best coach, you got your best quarterback, you got the quarterback either on a rookie deal or he's already locked up
Everybody
for
say,
long term. So it's like if you thought about it, like basically you got same thing that like Bill Walsh had with Joe Montana, and he had his number one weapon with Jerry, and then they had a defense that was solid. Then you
and they had
go,
a good tight end.
yeah, you got a tight
Right.
end. Then you go to Dallas. You got fucking
You got a decent
Jimmy
quarterback.
Jones. You got Jimmy Jones, Jimmy Johnson. You got Troy Aikman, and then you got a running. You got the off. You know what I'm saying?
You got the weapons.
you got the weapons. Then you go to the next dynasty. You got the Patriots. You got Bill Belichick, Tom Brady on a rookie deal or a cheap deal, and a
Right.
solid defense.
Well,
Last
and
year
tight
was like the
end.
first year that
And
Pat
tight
actually
end.
had a defense that I would consider we was actually kind of solid last year. We started
Yeah, we
off
were better
shaky,
than what we used to
but
be.
like we finished off strong. You feel what I'm saying? And I honestly think our defense will be top 15 this year.
If we can maintain and if things plug and play, I say we be top 5. But my thing is, I don't think it even needs to be that high to win a Super Bowl.
No, that's why I said top 15, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
we could win with a top 20
Because
defense.
when we won the first Super Bowl, we won what was with the 17th best defense, something like that.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think it was a little worse than that.
Hey,
yeah, but
all we gotta do is get off the field at least 3 times on third down.
man, and you see, and they still adopt as much as you love to hate him, they still adopted Bob Sutton's ideology, bend but don't break.
Yeah. Nah.
I mean,
But
that's not
see,
really.
that's been Spag's kind of thing too, bend but don't break. His defense is just a little more intricate than
He's blitz
Sutton.
heavy.
Yeah.
He does the shit we wish Bob Sutton would have done. That's why people are satisfied with Spagnolo.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
Because I
and
don't
He's
that's
a
all
mind.
little
that
better
is.
I'm not
about
gonna
the
lie. I don't
defensive
mind the
line.
risk
Because Bob
of
Sutton's
blitzing.
defense was good for us for a while before it wasn't, and people started hating on him like he was just trash. Yeah, he should have hung it up maybe 2 years before he did. But dude, Bob
But
Sutton's defense, like I said, they got Marcus Peters 8 picks. Got
Hey,
all these other niggas 8 picks. Remember, who's the other boy we had? The boy who was from Clemson, who Charles Kendrick. No, what was his
West,
name? No, he was the running back. The other dude we had from Clemson, who was that corner, bro, he was big for us. Oh no, Rutgers. What was his name? But either way, his defense made corners. Stevie Nelson, all them dudes who we thought was our shutdown receivers at the time.
Nelson was so trash, bro. I used to be
Dude,
so
beyond
mad.
trash.
Bro,
He's the worst.
I
He's
used to be so
he's the
mad,
worst, bro. I wish we would have kept Terrence Mitchell. Because at least he went to Pittsburgh, did something before he was phased out, but he was better than Stevie Nelson. In this case, he
Nah.
make the face, but that's cool.
no,
But he's better than Stevie Nelson, and I put $1 on that too.
yeah, that's how
And
you
the
would
finish with
probably lose
Darrell
it.
Revis versus Dion stats. If Dion didn't come back to the NFL, his stats wouldn't even been close to what Champ Bailey finished with. I just want to say that.
Hey,
They
if
finished within one
and
pick
if
of each
was a
other.
fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Huh?
Right.
You
I
said
said
what?
if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Yeah, I know. So shit,
Yeah.
we drunk to even think that motherfucking Dion would have been close.
And
I know.
only
I
two
feel you.
Only two of the three of us are there at that point.
Man, and I feel it. I feel you. But
Damn,
it's all
bro.
right, man.
No, no,
It's
let's
all right.
get the last little four rows.
Oh,
This
that's what I'm supposed to
we
be
have
looking
to
at
do a
real quick.
fuck ton of editing to get this in.
Let me pull
Man.
up these
But
this uh it's 5:30. I'm finna pull up this YouTube
Oh yeah, UFC should be about
Showtime.
to be on.
The some of them prelims. I'm trying to see if I catch this dude from Kansas City and Omaha.
Oh yeah, the
I
Midwest
don't
box.
really know what time that fight is. I think it's like the second fight, if I ain't mistaken. I think it's one before them. I'm finna get on this Showtime channel. They said it's on the YouTube, Showtime's YouTube, boxing, whatever,
yeah, we
or it's
probably
on the
do need
Facebook
to
thing too.
look at the end of this podcast. This podcast has been brought to you by
Man,
BetMGM Sports. Click the link in the description to get your access to their sports betting. We are looking at a very Crawford versus Spencer boxing match. This is what tonight's fighting episode is
you
about.
really put Spencer on there. I thought you was just calling him that. You know his name is Earl Spence.
Oh, is it Spence?
Yeah.
I thought it's Spencer.
I thought
Oh,
you was
no.
just calling him that.
I
That's
did
funny.
too.
I've always called him Spencer.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah, no, but I'm right there with you because whatever his name is, Crawford gonna get the win. That's how I be
I was gonna say, if anything, that tells you definitely put your money on fucking Crawford.
looking.
Man,
Oh goodness.
man. I appreciate y'all fellas bringing me on too, man. I appreciate it, man. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
always good rapping with y'all, man. Talking to sports.
Oh yeah. We'll have you on when we do more Chiefs talk, especially coming up during the season, and we got to get them laced on the gematria. I
Oh
decided we're
yeah,
gonna go ahead and take it to the folk now.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, you know that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. That's why you the man. Every time I think of them numbers and I be adding them up, I be wondering. Cause I wonder what he say, but we like mine. So I be like, I'm probably right. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But still, but yeah, we gonna do it, man. I appreciate you being with us, Uriel, on this Saturday edition of the Bold Drunks Part Two. Appreciate you coming through, man. I love you to death.
love you too,
Bro,
bro.
stay easy, man,
All right, man. Y'all stay good, bro.
for sure.
You too.
Yeah, Mr. Casey, this thing is gonna be real interesting panning it out, man. There's a
Yeah,
lot
see?
going on. Tonight is gonna be full of fights. I'm sure we'll get some videos uploaded, but overall though, man, I hope Chris Jones really get his deal. I hope he recognize he ain't worth that 30, settle for about 26.
Mm. Sounds a little light on my end.
Yeah. Either you can go ahead and win this third chip and then be out and go make all the money you want, and I won't be mad at you.
Yeah. And
You just
there's
won't be a part of the legacy.
and I hate to say it, as Chris Young's probably biggest fucking fan, you do have to take somewhat of a team discount. It's not going to be top tier fucking money.
You
And
play with the best quarterback in the NFL without a doubt, and the best skills player in the NFL without a doubt,
yep.
and they're both considerably underpaid as far as what the white man. Well, with all respect, the white man try to make the market. The NFL people,
Yeah.
like I said, they try to make even with the Joe Burrow injury. To my he's got to come back and then be the highest paid of all time. I said, does he? Does he?
Does he? Really? Is that factual?
Dude, because in all reality, $30 million is more than enough to take care of the next four generations of your family. And these dudes are going to be making that per year.
Per
And
year.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, so if people who are using logic, like Patrick and Kelsey, who done already made enough money to take care of their family 10 times over, it would make sense for me to leave. I'll leave $5-6 million on the table as long as we can keep building legacy. Chris Jones
Legacy.
just he just don't have that. He don't have that in him. And that's what I'm seeing. And that's the reason why I say I'm okay with him going because I'm only down with KC, man. You know that.
Right.
You know that,
And,
Mr.
and
KC. Yeah.
and that's my biggest problem with Chris Jones's contract is this Chris Jones super fan, Stone Cold, all that shenanigans. I'm like, come on, bro. You got to realize that if you're not willing to take a team friendly deal, we're not going to pay you number one defensive tackle money. It's
Because
just
why
not
would
going to
we?
happen.
Why
You
would
might
we?
get number 3 to 5.
And that's
That's
what I said. What's wrong with being the third highest paid D tackle in the NFL?
there's nothing
What's
wrong
wrong
with
with
it.
that?
There's
There's nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
it.
'Cause like I said, bro, honestly, if the Jets would allow it, I would trade them Chris Jones for Quentin Williams. Like he's a dude, like I said, who's in his third season, who done already, like I said, uh, he was trying to talk about Uriel before he gone. Like I said, if we talking about the 3 years where these people actually played versus the people you're talking about who we don't even got, their stats are overwhelmingly better because it's more all around. Because would you want the all around player who can do a little bit of everything that's gonna help your team win, or the dude who can only get sacks?
I'd feel better if our defensive ends were getting sacks.
I
If
would too.
anybody else,
But what more could you ask out of a rookie Karlaftis at 6'5"? If anything, Frank Clark should have had 12 sacks.
right. And I would say on King Carl's defense, the last 6 games were dynamite.
Dynamite, wasn't they?
Dynamite. Showed you everything you needed
That we
to
need
see
to
out of a
know.
first round pick.
Thank you. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And I
And like
don't
and
think
like
that's
and
a
like
fair
Tomo said
criticism.
earlier on the show before he departed, new talent, new crop is coming up all the time. And not saying that Chris Jones ain't like I said, he's top 5, but dude, you know how many people who's coming up who's just as hungry as him, who just want the spot, who's gonna play better than him?
Not better, but close.
Okay, we're even as good, and we talking about just the first year. Chris Jones in almost year. How many years he been there? He's almost year 8, ain't he?
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Dude, it took you 8 years to get your first playoff sack. You can't tell me nothing. Karloftis got his in this rookie season,
But defensive tackles are not sack monsters.
dude. But we come from the era where defensive tackles were sack monsters. So why ain't they now? Because
Well, I mean,
Aaron Donald is a sack monster.
name a couple more is all I'm gonna say.
I mean, you can't. That's just talking about
That's
the downplay. It just talk about the effort on their end. So why am I gonna pay the man $30 million if you ain't putting in the same effort as the dude who's only getting 32, and he's getting more sacks
it's
than you
real
every
similar.
year?
Real similar.
It's not similar. And to me, I think it's almost. I think the gap is just like when I think about Patrick Mahomes and quarterbacks. I think the gap between Aaron Donald and other D tackles is so fucking big that
Mm.
you should be humble to take what you get. Because Chris Jones, this is his first season with 15 plus sacks. First season with a sack in the playoffs, and you really could have the gall to compare him to Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I absolutely
How
fucking
is
would.
that the homer in you? I gotta
No,
ask.
it's because the position in me. If you look at historically, defensive tackles is not a sack monster position.
You gotta tell that
And
to Warren Sapp, Albert Hainsworth, Vince Wilfork.
I mean,
Bro, you gotta tell that to a lot of people, dude. You gotta
you
tell it
can
to
name
my
a few.
cousin Charles Haley. He is
You can,
6-time champion. So you can't tell me like, bro, no, it's only effort and spirit. The same with any sports in any position.
but speaking of your
That's why
cousin,
Aaron Donald get that money and he's transcending what everybody else can get.
it's an often overlooked and overappreciated position though. If
It
you
is
look at your
depreciated.
you look at your cousin, how many rings he got?
6
Is
before
he in the
Brady
hall
had
of,
him.
is he in the
Nope,
Hall of Fame?
nope.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's an underappreciated position.
You're right.
Just like the offensive line. If you look at the offensive line, Will Shields should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
surprised he's
we
not.
can point to a lot of guys that should be.
Will Shields is in the Hall of Fame. Will Shields is in there.
No,
Oh, he's not. I'm thinking about no, Will Shields. You're thinking about Brian Waters. Brian
yeah,
Waters
Brian
is.
Waters. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Waters
was saying
ain't
Will
he?
Shields. I know Will Shields in the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
well,
Him
excuse
and
me,
Willie
Brian
Roaf.
Waters.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I
Yeah, I
may
was
have.
about to say, yeah,
I,
no problem. I was about to say, I know for a fact Will Shields is in there because he's probably goaded at his spot.
all I'm going to say is both these bottles are empty. Excuse
Right.
me, folks. Let me slide just a little bit.
Sorry,
I've got
folks.
an excuse.
That's why I'm here for you.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm with you though. Like we'll see. I feel it ultimately we'll be better off with him. But at the end of the day, we can win a championship without him.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you can prove you can win a championship without Tyreek Hill, you've proven you can win without Chris Jones. Is all I would say.
Man, and we see and it's gonna boil down to the Golden State, in my opinion, because Chris Jones, in my opinion, I often look at the Chiefs as the Warriors, only because they're the recent dynasty of the NBA era from 2010s going on. They're the
Mm.
most multiple team, winning championships. Steph Curry is Patrick Mahomes, and then Klay Thompson is Travis Kelsey. Chris Jones is supposed to be the Draymond Green. And if he don't want to get in line, he can be gone because the Warriors can win a championship without Draymond Green.
Can they?
I think so. I know they can, actually.
They out of Kevin Durant.
That's what I'm saying. They got rid of your guy and won another one. Another one. You see what I'm saying?
Motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Motherfucking fuck.
Right. When you have
Motherfucking fucker.
I said when you have the Patrick Mahomes effect and the people that go along with it, the people who's actually down for the cause, it don't matter who's there after that. Because all the rookies who there on the defensive side, especially now, they're here for the long haul and probably get deals going further down the road. All these,
Well, and I would say I don't know if it was Uriel or Tomo, but they did make great points. Do you pay Chris Jones or do you add a Snead and Bolton for the price of a Chris Jones?
you got to keep your core together. Because my only thing is, you can get another tackle in the draft. You can do whatever you got to do. Maybe he don't live up, but maybe he do. It's a
I mean,
50
you can
50
find a
shot.
tackle that plays defensive tackle and not get sacks. Kylan Saunders or you
Well, he
know.
get a few sacks. He the only one got a sack in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm just saying it's rare, just general.
Right. But
Just
that's
in
what I'm
period.
saying. But enough to, do you want to win? That's what it comes down to.
It
Do you
does.
want to
That's
win?
what it comes down to. That's what we got to tell old Christopher Stone, fucking Cole Jones. You want to
Hopefully he
win?
get his thing
You want to
together.
get paid.
Exactly. And he's leaning toward the side he want to get paid. And if that's all he want to do, then a young man, rumble, get paid.
And I,
But at the
and,
end of
even, and even as a Chris Jones fan, I got to agree with you there.
yeah, get paid because you're a two-time champion. If that's what all you feel you need for your legacy, then go on. But you all on film talking about, oh, we gonna be a dynasty. We gonna win not one, not two, not three, all this extra stuff. You love KC. You don't ever want to leave. You ain't showing the fans. You ain't showing the team. You ain't showing management that you don't want to leave.
I mean, there's a lot of factual points there, I'd say. At least in my view. At
Right.
least in my personal view.
Anyway, folks, we'll talk more about it when we get into it. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We appreciate y'all sponsoring with us with the BetMGM Sports app. All of that, man. This has been the Bold Drunks Part 2. My battery
Bold jump
running
parts.
low. It's Part 2. My computer battery running low. I'm running low. About time to let it go.
Yep. And don't forget, BetMGM Sports, folks.
Got to. And check out the fights tonight. Let us know in the comments what you think. And we go from there. Shout out to Teach with his comments and everything. I ain't a Philip Rivers believer, and hopefully one day you won't be either. Uh, we'll get on with that, man. It's deadly accurate how I am, but like I said, I should change my handle to Sniper because all I do
Mm,
is hit the mark.
mm.
Mm.
Life Heather.